Who was looking at Gilly the Kid and his man's about to fight?
What?
This bro.
Oh my
and
God.
And they rolled it together.
Are you finished?
Hey,
Are you done?
It's an inside joke.
I know, and I'm outside.
No, it's
How
so
you outside the club?
and can't get in.
Can't get in.
You the host and you can't get in.
Exactly.
All right, let's stop before Rick says.
Yes.
I know. Audio.
I forgot to figure out which mic was there so I can cut it later.
Damn, bros.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
All right. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. It's episode 88. Hey, we on the climb. Everybody want to make adjustments after the thing. I asked y'all if y'all good. Y'all want to touch shit.
Everybody
What's going
good.
on?
I'm not touching anything.
Nah,
Nobody was even talking about you, man.
No one's talking about you.
me.
Motherfucking Dre.
One person can't be y'all though, but
He did say y'all.
He did say y'all.
Well, he wanted to touch it right before I hit the button.
I heard it after.
Nigga, what you playing? Candy Crush?
Anyways, welcome. We're gonna start with the most put together gentleman in the room tonight, Trev.
I don't know how is me. How y'all doing today? It's good to be back. You know, it's 2 weeks in a row that I've hidden here.
Hey.
You know, life's not really changed. I go under the scalpel on the 3rd. It's exciting. I'll be blind for about a week or two.
He getting new eyes.
But you gonna be good afterwards, though.
Well, like after like a month. Yeah.
Damn, a month though.
It takes a little bit for your eyes to recover. Yeah. I mean, I'm literally shaving off the top of my eyes.
Work wise, that means like you're good. Like you're not gonna be working. You can be at home.
I'm on convalescent leave for 6 days, and then they pretty much told me just let me know.
Convalescent leave though. That's short.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been there before, so that's what I'm saying. Like that's tough.
we'll see how it goes.
Nah, that's what's up. Okay, getting the eyes worked on, so you're gonna be improving at the end of
myself. I'm gonna have some good
Hey.
vision. I'm at least 20/20.
it. Hey, that modeling career though.
I mean, I can take my glasses off and still model. I mean,
Damn,
I don't need to see the model.
is that true?
That's true.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
You ain't got to.
You
You
don't
got
have
the
to
right
see.
face, right?
Yeah, but I don't need to see. I can't see my own face even if I have good eyes.
Shut up, nigga.
Uh,
Nah, that's what's up, though. That's what's up, though. Look, self-improvement is always a good thing.
yeah. How you doing, Dev?
I'm Gucci, baby. Good news. Good news this week, man. I got a couple opportunities that's probably shooting through. Your boy probably gonna be on a international tip, possibly by the end of the year.
Okay.
So we're not gonna jinx anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
We're not gonna jinx anything. But you know what? With everything that's going on, you know, it's a moment for me to kind of be grateful for certain opportunities that's kind of presenting itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good, man. I'm good. Opportunities abound. I'm glad to be here. And yo, let's make it a good night.
Yeah.
How you doing, Manny?
Yeah, I'm here, taking over again because our fearless leader is out
Shout out to Ricky.
working. Shout out Ricky. So I'm here for it. I ain't been up to shit, bro. Like,
Yeah, I haven't seen you. I mean, besides last week, I haven't seen you.
Yeah,
Seen you in a hot
I
minute.
just
Oh, I've seen
trying,
this.
just trying to get it together. Hey, man, we ain't gonna go there.
Why you putting his business out there?
No, I'm not.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not. I'm
It be
saying
your own
yo,
people.
yo,
yourself.
when I say that meaning, yo, we've been in the trenches together
Yeah.
for the past couple weeks.
Yeah, yes, sir, we have.
Yo,
Yeah, man.
we've been having a good time, yo.
Yeah.
Like real live, having
Yeah.
a good time,
Just trying to keep myself from killing my dog and
yo.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Kylo.
Hey,
Shout out to Kylo.
Actually, it is after 8:00, so his name is Kilo.
Oh,
for the rest of the night.
Kilo.
Kilo for the rest of the night. On white
Pumping
French-
bricks right now.
off white Frenchie, French noodle pimp. But nah, we here. I'm here for it. Neil,
I'm good, man. I'm here.
This nigga's
I'm
always
with,
chilling.
I'm with my mans, bro. I'm chilling when I'm with my mans.
see, that's usually my Gold House introduction these days. But yeah, since
Shout
I'm-
out to the wife. You know,
yeah.
she out of town. Be safe, babe. Love you.
Yeah.
She
Oh.
watching.
Shout out
That's
She
cute.
watching.
She down in Florida,
EC,
Virginia.
Virginia.
VA, across
Two
the
up, two down.
bridge. All right. Well,
She on Austin Honeyman's side.
Yeah.
yeah, government names, you just,
Drunk.
yeah.
Really, he throws that out there all day, every day. It's
No.
not. I'm doing nothing new right now.
I'm using this as a transition into my man Bobby Shmurda getting out.
Bad W fucking everything up.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
Bobby Shmurda getting out.
Yeah, we having
Shout
fun
out
though.
Bobby Smurda, man.
Yeah, shout out.
Speaking of Bioshmurda, some Twitter videos they've been putting out. They had some like the Infinity War ones where like Thor's hammers his hat
Yeah,
and this shit coming
bro.
falling from the sky and he just catches it.
The memes are ridiculous.
Yo,
It's undefeated.
Them hat memes are. Oh my god.
I like the one that comes from the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one. Cause it's like do the reverse, so like it looks like he's catching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should go hard. But then he's getting a lot of Quavo's getting more flack because that picture that they posted with him with like a whole bunch of white girls.
Ah.
You see that?
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop
The
it.
hotel with a whole. But apparently, supposedly, they've had another picture together before he went to prison. And apparently, they've been holding him down since he's been in prison. But them girls don't look like the same girls in that picture. So either they changed or they different.
They became adults.
No,
First of
they
all-
they don't look anything like. There's not one. I'm like, okay, that's her. Like I was looking at, I was like, I don't see any resemblance to any. Of
I
these
mean,
girls.
but let's just think about it though. Does it change?
What? A woman's
your
appearance?
preference?
Your not necessarily your preference, but the
Oh,
people
still
that you are
appearance.
ingrained with, like your circle. Does it not like change?
I mean,
I-
it should if you go to prison.
I never did
Yeah.
bedtime, so I can't tell you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, let's not shit on Quavo right now
It's
because
Quavo's fault.
it's not Quavo's fault.
He's the one who set the whole thing up.
I'm about to say it's kind of.
He's the one that put him on a private jet, took him to a hotel to have a good time
So
first day out.
is Quavo wrong because what Quavo started is necessarily where he is right now?
At the end of the day, my man's was locked up, what, six years?
Does he
Something like
care?
Does it matter?
Does he care?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, it does.
Now he's slaying hoes. He don't give a fuck.
You don't want to be well, you might want to be the first person a man see when he get out of jail, but I feel that they're temporary. I think they know it.
They know it.
Yeah.
I hope they
Quavo
know it.
know
and they
it.
fine with it.
Smart.
I hope they know it. They gonna be in their feelings if they don't. They're like, what
Well,
you
hold
mean?
on. They on some temporary shit as long as they rubber up. Now you pull a future.
Never
You-
go full future, bro.
Don't go full
You
future.
gotta say it.
Yeah, I had you once, you my possession. That man crazy.
So, but now I'm excited for my boy to get back in the studio.
Yeah, man. He had what you call pulled up on him, Fab.
Mhm.
Yep.
As long as he doesn't get in the studio and just starts dropping a bunch of like trash. Not saying it's gonna happen, but
You think you gonna match the hit
it's gonna be hard.
hot nigga?
It's gonna be hard.
Is he gonna match it though?
I think he'll match it at first immediately. Like I'm not.
I mean,
So he's riding a wave basically.
he's not right. He had 6 years to write.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's had 6 years to write, so hopefully he has something good. It's like Kodak. Kodak better drop something nice too, cause he's been in jail for a little while.
I mean, he did.
Oh, okay.
He came out with the
I was about to
ZZ.
say, did you see the
The
transition?
ZZ was out before though.
Oh,
Oh, it was. It was.
We're not talking about Kodak.
Yeah, no.
Oh, y'all don't like Kodak?
He's
He's
okay.
okay.
Wow.
Wow.
He had about two songs that
That's
I've liked
tough.
Only two?
since he been out.
Oh, since he's been out. Okay.
I mean, if I'm listening
Oh,
to
okay.
Kodak, I'm probably getting it. If I'm at work listening to Kodak, I'm getting in trouble that day.
Yeah.
So you already know.
Yes.
it's good energy.
He's a downer for real. Like he's not. I do nothing productive with Kodak.
A
So-
downer?
Man,
a
that means
downer.
he's an upper. He's gonna get you hype.
He said he's a
I
downer
don't
for
want to be
real.
hyped at work.
That's why you get in trouble though. So he's an upper. He's
I
not
don't
a
want-
downer.
I hate getting in trouble at work.
No one likes getting in trouble at work.
Sometimes it be satisfying.
I was about to
It
say it depends on the
What you
person.
standing on?
Like I don't play like linebacker in the NFL, and I'm hearing all this. I'm like, I want to go crack the dude head across from me. I ain't doing that. So,
That got
Sean
real
Payton
violent.
type shit.
Sean Payton.
Nigga, we had now bounties.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about that. So
Shout out to Sean Payton.
No.
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 I'm a Falcons fan. No,
Well,
Oh,
you
damn.
are.
That's right. Damn. My bad.
I don't even talk shit about the Cowboys in here.
You can't talk shit about us because it was terrible
Yeah.
at this point.
No, y'all always been terrible.
First of
Y'all-
all, nigga, how many Super Bowls y'all got?
none.
None. Y'all was a 28-3 lead.
Okay,
Okay,
And
we
you
never
bring
done
that
that.
in. You-
So let's not do that.
but we've been to a Super Bowl since y'all have.
Mm.
Have y'all been to 6?
What's that time? What was it?
Oh, okay.
Have
Well,
we been
Hey,
six?
you still you dusting off the
Last time-
VHS?
Yeah. See, I didn't want to do this, but we're here now. What were you doing in life the last time the Cowboys was in the Super Bowl?
In 96,
What were you doing?
bro, I was living life to the fullest. I was a kid. I had no worries.
I was not even
living my
alive.
best life.
You wasn't alive.
Damn.
You was probably kindergarten, first grade.
What's 10 years old? I don't know what 10. No,
No,
10.
we was
10,
in
boy.
10, that's like
grade.
4th or 5th grade.
6th grade.
So I remember that.
96 was in sixth grade.
Yeah.
For me, it was.
I remember that year. That's 10th grade. That's-
97 was my first year of middle school.
Okay.
See, so we remember it. Trev might not because
I wasn't alive.
Didn't exist.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was.
I wasn't even swimming in my dad's eye yet.
Yeah.
Ain't a glimpse.
But yeah, speaking sports, we had another tragedy in
Mm.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
Bad car accident. Broke both his legs.
He broke his legs.
Both his legs.
I ain't shattered his ankle.
And shattered his ankle.
Yeah, it's over for him.
That's how I personally feel. How do you feel, Dad?
I think with the back injuries that he was already suffering from, compounded with the legs, I think you need to go ahead and call it a wrap. He ain't hurting for nothing.
Y'all remember what happened? There was a lot of cloudy stuff going on about how the vehicle rolled in the ditch in the first place. Like he was
That's all I heard. It rolled.
So what I heard was he was on his way to the golf course to give Drew Brees golf lessons.
Yeah, but he was just leaving like a shoot for a show.
Yeah, he was trying to hurry up and get to.
Yeah, so he's rushing.
Yeah.
All right.
So he wasn't drunk or nothing like that.
No.
Nah, they ain't saying that.
They already
He
said
lost
they already
control.
said there was no alcohol in the system. There's no
I'm
Ambien
only
or anything
asking
in the drug.
because y'all
the
know
first-
what happened
that's the
the
last
first
time.
time.
Yeah.
That's the first time.
Yeah.
But that's sad. It's the first thing we think. It's like, again.
Again, there you go.
Yeah,
so
like, but nah.
That's what I was waiting for.
So is
too.
he going to be able to receive pain pills?
absolutely.
Why not?
It's Tiger Woods. If you have that much money, you can do whatever you want.
He was an addict.
Okay.
So you telling me that you're not going to give him something to ease his pain
Nothing
because he
narcotic.
Oh, you can give him some Tylenol, some ibuprofen. Just do what the military does.
so
Give
we're
us
gonna give
500
him
milligrams.
800 milligram Motrin.
Exactly. That's all you gonna give him.
Yeah,
That's gonna
you can't
work?
get no Dilaudid
Probably
or
not.
Flexeril
Stop.
or none of that shit.
They gonna give him perks or something.
They're gonna give him whatever the fuck he wants because
When you
he's
have
gonna
that
pay
much,
him
yeah,
for
when
it.
you have that much money, you can.
You can pay him for
He
it.
probably has a plug anyway. Like
Yeah, that's true.
He
That's
doesn't
true.
have insurance at this point. He pays whatever treatment he needs. So if he says, yo, I want 20 pills of 20 milligrams of
oxycodone.
Flexeril or oxycodone, that
That's
50
what he got
milligrams.
addicted to. He ain't getting that.
The what?
He never. I mean,
Oxycodone.
money makes things move, man.
Yeah.
You can just fly out the country and get it.
He not going to get that. What's that shit?
Percocet.
The patches.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Like the highest pain relief thing out here.
He's not
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
it prescribed,
Nah.
but he can get it.
but when
if he
you're
wants.
that
gonna
rich,
get
your
it.
plugs are a little
But
bit
if you're
different.
retired and you, at this point, you probably gonna be.
He's probably smoking some
be-
gas.
would be- would probably
Probably.
be-
Smoking. That
be-
nigga
but
snorting
He gonna
some
be in the
gas.
house. He ain't moving around like that. You know.
Like you said.
I mean, addictions are serious. Addictions are serious, but I think
Yeah, they are.
he can be addicted to them comfortably without getting in trouble at this point if he chooses to retire and he just keeps still.
The point was,
I mean, he can't walk right now, so I mean, he kind of has to.
but it was always the performance enhancing issues. It was never the pain management.
I thought it was Ambien last time.
It
that
was
got
the
him in trouble.
performance enhancing though.
I mean, that's with all sports, performance enhancing drugs. They like even in like in football, a lot of them boys doped up on something.
Yeah, but
And
but,
it's a small
but
addiction they
Flexeril isn't a performance enhancer though.
No, it's a muscle relaxer, right?
So
Yeah.
you got to think like he can get a boatload of Flexeril. It's going to relax his muscles.
yeah, so this
It's
is
not the same
this,
as
this is the
though-
most this is the most important part because he was getting back surgery to try to come back to golf. So he's trying to move in ways that he's not used, that he couldn't, he's not used to. Now, if you're retired, you ain't got to do nothing but, walk, sit, stand. So you don't need all of that. So
well, hold on. Pain isn't necessarily relegated to just you moving.
it's
though.
not, but I'm saying, but the pain the pain you may experience when you wind back and drive a golf ball
It's different.
is different. Like
Okay, all right, I can see that. I can
yeah,
see
like I could be a top golf, hit a ball too hard, and be like, "Ooh, yeah, I am 35." Shit, you know. So like, I'm just saying, it's different.
no, that I can see that. I can see that.
But-
But he's on the level with Jordan, Bron, Kobe, that competitive edge. Serena.
I hate it when y'all leave her out.
No, you know what? My
Lewis Hamilton.
apologies.
Lewis
Lewis
Hamilton.
Lewis, Pele.
Yeah.
Got that
Like,
in there.
look, think about like, do you really think like that competitive edge is going to stop with him just saying like,
no,
oh,
it's gonna be hard to say.
so
It's gonna be super hard to say.
you got to think about that side of it too, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta wake up and smell the roses, though. You know. I mean, if you already have back issues, you have neck issues, and both your legs are broken, and so you're gonna have leg issues. You're gonna have to go through rehabilitation. That's gonna take you probably like 2 years to even get back. Because I mean, one of the main things with golfing is your stance and how you swing through on your legs.
Yep.
So if your legs are broken, and you have to go through rehabilitation just to walk again. You know what I'm saying? And you're already old enough, and your clock is already ticking as it is.
You
But think
he
about
done?
I
This-
think he's done.
This is someone who's done it his entire life. See, for us, we're thinking about the whole stance in the back, and I'm not saying he's not affected by it, right? His power might be affected by it, stance necessarily, but when you think about like stance, we don't necessarily get it. But you don't think he can come back from a leg injury as far as like perfecting the stance? He can get
Perfecting?
this.
He can't perfect.
He can get the stance down if it's going to say he could drive it 250
I don't
to
think
275
You
yards.
also have to remember, though, this is a professional guy who's going to be playing against other professionals who are going to be completely
You know
healthy.
he can make a tournament though. He still make. He just won one.
He can make
Yeah,
a
he can
tournament,
make a
but
tournament.
is at that point, I'm not going to want to participate in something if I know I don't have a chance to
So
do
the
it.
competitive edge is going to
Yes,
kind of
he's-
push him
it's-
to not be.
Because
And that's
yeah.
why I say he should stop. If you don't have a competitive advantage, you should not compete.
Well, hold on. If
At
you-
his age in the game,
That's different. Having the competitive advantage is different from having the
not
competitive edge.
A competitive advantage.
Saying you want to compete is different from saying you got the advantage.
They letting Tiger at one point. If Tiger comes back and he sucks, he's still gonna get in these he's in the matches and stuff. But he's only there because
of his name.
he's Tiger.
Is on his name
Well,
now.
hold on. He's not just there because of his name. If he makes
right
a
now-
certain under par in the tournament, he's there because he made it there.
This is hypothetically. I said if he comes back and he sucks. Like let's
So
call
he's
a spade a spade.
terrible.
If he comes back and he's terrible,
then never mind
They're
then.
not gonna, they're not, they're not
Nigga,
gonna push him aside because it's Tiger.
Yeah, well, wrap it up then. At that point, yeah.
So
you good.
like I said, my personal thoughts is I believe he should retire. Like he's done
More than enough.
More than enough. But I know Tiger. I don't know Tiger. Tiger don't know me. But I don't think he's gonna want to.
Nobody's gonna want to. I mean, if you've been doing something your whole life, you're not going to.
No, I mean
want
he's
to.
gonna go. He's gonna go out on his own when he get well and try, and he gonna work at it. And then like someone in his inner circle is gonna be like,
Listen, bud.
yo. Now if Tiger comes back and kick ass, y'all got me.
He's
That's gonna
done
be
it
a 30
already.
for fucking 30 right there.
He's
Yeah,
done it
yeah,
already
30 for
though.
30.
I don't
Yeah.
think he done.
I don't think
You don't
he
think-
That's
is.
just my personal opinion.
I think
He did it after the back
I literally
injury.
watched Alex Smith come back and take the Redskins to playoffs.
Ooh, yeah.
But
it's a little different though. He's not as old as Tiger.
Tiger Woods is
He
one
doesn't
of
have
hold
back.
on.
He
He's
doesn't have
won a
back
major. Though.
injuries.
He has won a major.
Okay, yeah.
Are we not going to forget that?
Yeah.
After the back injury, he has won a major tournament. So he has come back from a career-threatening injury to win at the top level.
But how long did it take for him to come back after that back injury?
But did he do it?
I'm not. I
2
hear you.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Man,
Nah,
no.
Come on now.
Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? That swing he had when he just bent over in pain after he.
It was
did
bad.
that not hurt your feelings to
It
see
did.
that?
It
Bro, they
did.
showed that
I
on
don't-
Sports Center for like 3 months straight.
I do not want to see that again.
They love Tiger on Sports Center, bro.
Bro.
When he had that whole car and like the whole wipe thing with the whole that was running on Sports Center every single day for
that
about
That part was all bad.
I had to cancel ESPN for a week or so. I'm like, man, nah.
They
nah.
was on
But
Tiger's
Alex
ass.
Smith do run more than him though.
Alex Smith is tougher than Tiger Woods. Period.
It's a different. It's a
Hold
different.
on.
It's a different. It's a different game.
Next subject.
Come on, bro.
Does someone
We
not
moving
agree?
on,
Y'all
bro.
not
We
agree?
moving on. No,
I
we not agreeing.
All right.
But we gonna move on.
No, I think enough of us agree.
We good.
We're gonna
Yeah,
just-
3-1.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
y'all. I still stand on my 2 feet.
Actually,
but
Alex Smith is tough
the next time
before
it's
we
Tiger
move on,
Woods.
before we move on, the workout is there more than Tiger Woods' workout.
It's only based on what they do for a living, though. I'm not.
That
hold on.
makes him tougher.
No.
What the
It
hell?
doesn't mean that Alex Smith works out more than Tiger Woods does. It just means their professions calls for different workouts and different intensity.
So
It doesn't mean that Alex Smith works out more.
He just works out
Alex
differently.
Smith can work out 2 times a week, and Tiger can do it 4 times.
You
Does that
sound
mean that?
like a BMI chart right now, bro?
No, bro. All I'm saying is we don't know. You can't say that one is more.
If one football player works out 5 times a week, 1 time a day, right?
If you talk about compacting it,
and you do 2 a days for every day that week, the one who doing the 2 a days is going to be tougher. That's in comparison. That's football and golf.
So do you think?
Okay.
Do you think Tiger Woods is as tough as a boxer?
No,
okay, we good.
no. I agree with.
okay.
Tough
Yeah.
as
That's why-
tougher than Tiger Woods.
Okay.
He's saying,
Oh, were you saying the opposite?
yeah.
You're smoking crack, my guy.
Y'all got it.
All right,
I'm
thank
not
you.
about to. I'm not
Okay.
about to dive
Point
into this
blank
right now.
period. Hey, y'all remember that picture I pointed at the works cited?
Yeah, I was about to say when you said crack, I was like, yeah, that.
I'm not even about to dive into this
Cue the
right now.
faces.
We got the whole show to
Yeah.
keep it moving because look, we was watching Gilly the Kid. He went on.
Oh my God.
B-side.
No.
I'm not about to do that.
All right, thank
I'm
you.
just saying I could go there,
That's not.
but I'm not gonna do that shit right now.
Fast Eddie side.
So,
But
yeah.
speaking of moving on though, apparently Russell Wilson wants to move on from Seattle a little bit.
Stop.
No, he
it.
doesn't. Y'all killing me.
Hold
man.
on. But where did he say he want to move on to though?
What he said, the Cowboys, the Oakland Raiders. He said
What?
multiple teams, not just the Cowboys.
It was Chicago, the Cowboys.
I think
The Oakland Raiders.
I think the Raiders will be like a most likely fit.
Negative.
Have you seen that picture
They
of their
still got
offensive
Derek
line?
Carr.
That shit was beautiful.
Bruh.
The amount of space Eric Carr had in that.
First of all, Derek Carr was injured last season. Okay, let's not forget that. Who were they playing with? Okay, Derek Carr. Let's not shit on Derek Carr.
I know
But
and
he's
his
not Russell
ability.
Wilson.
I love Derek.
Come
Carr.
on, dog.
They will drop him for Russell
They're
Wilson. I
not going to
guarantee you
do They're not going to drop a franchise quarterback for another
that. Super Bowl
franchise.
winning franchise quarterback.
Are you serious?
Yes, they would.
What
Really?
would you do as a coach? Would you drop a franchise player for?
That's good. We're not talking about
Aight.
just an average.
Would you drop? Would you take
So-
Carr or Russell if you were a coach?
If Russell, like even then, and like
Y'all only
He
looking-
disagreeing
before-
with everything.
yeah.
So,
that
so you want to get rid of
But-
Prescott?
Excuse me.
Would you rather have Prescott or
Prescott,
was-
Dak Prescott isn't isn't signed to the Cowboys right now. He is
will
he's
be.
a franchise
Ooh.
1 year quarterback. So this year he can be released.
next time on BNY Sports.
No. Don't do that, bro. Don't do
He
that.
said Russell Wilson. He said Russell
Russell
Wilson.
Wilson.
I said Russell Wilson.
Over Prescott.
No,
Over Carr.
Derek Carr. And the only
It's
reason
not the same, bro. Y'all ignoring the facts of contracts and stuff like that.
No, this is what I was about to say. So
they want something they can make it happen.
So like this is what
No,
this is
it's
and,
not
like,
the same.
So I do see your point between contracts, player coach relationships,
Cap
and all of
space.
that. But the question was about the athlete. That's what I assumed I was being asked.
Yeah, that's
Like,
exactly what I was
yes.
asking.
yeah.
Like,
Who would you rather have?
Who's tougher?
hey, don't.
I like Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is tough
Over
as hell.
with
He's tough, bro.
Derek Carr is tough as hell.
He's
You
tough.
can't-
He is tough.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
played
Russell
through
Wilson?
injuries.
Don't do my guy like that.
I'm not saying that Russell Wilson isn't that guy. If you say like put 2 quarterbacks in front of me and say who you pick, I might pick Russell Wilson. But under the circumstances, as far as contracts go, as far as being tough, let's not shit on Derek Carr being a tough individual.
We're not.
So why is Russell Wilson
Now
not
we
tough
know
in your
why.
eyes?
Now we know.
Because Derek Carr got 3 years left on his contract. You've paid this man to be your future, and he is tough. He gets the job done.
Being
Hold on.
tough doesn't win you Super Bowls.
Hold on. But
I'm
let's
about to
not
say.
act like, hold on. So, hold on. As Cowboys fan, was it ever Tony Romo's fault that we didn't get further in the Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
it
let's
wasn't.
not put the
No, it
blame on
It
Derek
was
Carr.
Jason Garrett's fault.
Thank you.
So it's
Derek Carr.
So it's John Gruden's fault.
Derek Carr is a beast by
Damn, that's a good
all.
question.
Let's put it in perspective.
He missed it.
Yeah, that was
Let's
good.
I'm
put
just
it
pro-black, that's
all in perspective, though. Derek Carr is a beast, and he's been balling out for Oakland. So, Las
Like,
Vegas.
We get it.
So, if you sit here telling me that y'all gonna believe in someone that's been balling out, but because Russell Wilson is available, but y'all gonna ignore everything that Derek Carr has done, yo, I find an issue with that, bro.
It happens all the time.
All right, so this is what I'm
It
talking.
doesn't happen all
So
the
this-
time.
this is-
Only when there's a better
No,
alternative.
And Russell
won a
Wilson is the
Super
better-
Bowl,
A
right?
better alternative than Derek Carr?
Yes.
Have you seen his numbers?
Have you seen Russell's numbers? What?
It's no different.
Are you
Have you seen
serious?
Russell's ring
There's
finger?
no different. He got one ring, nigga.
How many does Carr have?
Come on now.
How many
Hold
does
on,
Carr
have?
hold on.
How many does Carr have?
So Atlanta. What's Atlanta's quarterback?
Matt Ryan.
So you take Matt Ryan over Derek Carr,
Yes,
Yeah.
and he's been to the Super Bowl, but Derek Carr has never been there.
exactly.
So why would
So
you,
would
pick
take
him over
you
Russell
would
Wilson?
take Matt Ryan over Derek Carr,
Because he's proven that he can perform
Come on,
in the
dog.
playoffs.
minus the defense, minus everything
I'm
else.
a Matt Ryan fan.
So you take him over Tony Romo?
No.
Yes.
Matt,
I would.
Thank you. I'm done. Thank
No.
you. Matt Ryan's been to the Super Bowl.
I wish somebody
Who's the
listening.
better quarterback though?
I wish somebody.
Tony
I wish-
Romo
I
is
wish-
the better quarterback,
So
and he's never been there.
Okay, I have a question for you then.
Come
Trubisky.
on, dog.
What about
Give us
Trubisky?
Stop playing though, bro. Stop playing. I would take Tony Romo over Matt Ryan all day because he is the better quarterback.
You
Derek
can't-
Carr
I
is
wouldn't
a
take Romo
very
over
Russell Wilson.
no.
I
Because
mean,
Tony
I
Romo
know,
is a beast.
As Cowboys
He
fans,
has
though,
shitty
you're-
A little
defenses.
biased.
Yeah, it's a little biased. I want somebody else. I want somebody else to tell me that.
No.
Yeah,
Tony
yeah.
Romo had crappy defenses, but the offense.
Atlanta didn't.
But y'all made it to the Super Bowl,
But Matt Ryan did that.
and y'all was
Julio
up
Jones did
28-3.
that.
All right.
Was that Matt Ryan's fault
You gonna keep
or the
bringing that up.
defense's fault?
It's the defense's fault. We got the-
Exactly.
But who beat us?
The greatest quarterback of all time.
Thank you.
First of all, stop.
So
Because
Tom Brady is not the greatest quarterback of all
Man,
time.
it's all one tonight, right?
Because
He
I'm
should
gonna
be on the
agree
GOAT
with,
couch right now.
I'm gonna agree with
You
you.
should.
It might get worse.
I'm gonna agree with you.
Okay.
No, I was about to
The
say.
only person that I would pick over Tony Romo, Tom Brady, I'm sorry, the only quarterback is Peyton Manning, and that's just because of his mechanics and what he was able to do with different offenses and different coaching schemes. He had 5 different offensive coordinators in his time, 2 different head coaches. He did a lot.
How many Super Bowls?
He has 2 Super Bowl rings
With two
and
different
he-
teams.
Two
and
different
he
teams,
and he
that's
went
cool.
to 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the only say
The Broncos defense helped a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Von Miller was a beast.
I won't keep it from that.
Now Tom Brady came in year 1, pew, and we getting this home game. And I'm gonna drink tequila on my boat.
That man was.
He got trash.
Right.
And I'm throw this trophy. Toss this
And he
Lombardi.
threw
Why the creators watching?
Yeah.
The creators of the
I
trophy
know
are
you
watching.
see me. All the Tampa see me. The ESPN see me. I'm still gonna toss this.
She said
So-
that's real Tiffany Silver.
So there's no other quarterback y'all gonna compare to Tom Brady though? Like real life.
I mean, if I could,
you
if
got
I was
the-
a coach and I could pick any quarterback of all time, who would I pick?
outside of if you had to compare one quarterback to Tom Brady, like anyone other than
I mean,
that,
you can't. Statistically, you just can't.
Nah,
would you pick anyone though?
Me, yes.
you
but
had to
I'm,
pick.
I'm biased.
Like my Madden Ultimate Team.
I would pick Vic. I'm not gonna hold you. I would pick Vic.
Yeah, that's my Madden Ultimate Team quarterback.
either Vic or
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Vic. I mean, Vic is like
What?
Vic was.
Yes. Yes.
Why would you not pick Vic? The man changed
Hold
the
on.
game.
But y'all seen y'all
I'm saying
no,
from my
it's not
standpoint, if
even-
I build an
no.
ultimate team, I'm picking Vic.
My
my-
11-year-old will whoop your ass in Madden.
No, bro. No.
Your football life.
My frustration comes from because I've literally had conversations with people though, and they was like, Lamar is better or Lamar is changing the game. And my argument was, and that's where my frustration comes in, was I'm like, yo, Vic did this on a level that Lamar is not even close to.
No, he's not.
And so people's like, no, I'm not even bullshitting you. Fuck a Vic. Lamar is that. I had enough. Hold on. I said it wasn't me though. I said it wasn't me. But literally, I'm talking to people in sports groups where they're saying Lamar is hands and shoulders above Vic, and I'm like, y'all crazy.
You been hanging out in Baltimore too.
No, bro.
Dummy.
No. Are you listening?
Vic had 90.
Are y'all listening to me? I would take Vic all day over Lamar.
All right.
But people believe that Lamar is better than Vic.
Okay, we can do another pod on that. I didn't mean to be BNY Sports tonight.
Nah, it is what it is, nigga.
But yeah, it is what it is. But we'll have a conversation. But
on the B side.
I mean, this is the, for me, real quick. This is my
everybody
the tier.
got something to say.
This is my tier of all time dual threat quarterbacks. Michael Vick, Randall Cunningham, because he was the real originator. If you want to be
dual threat, that's different. That's different.
And then Lamar.
Is that the order?
That's my order. Because Vic was inspired by Cunningham. Yeah. Cunningham was the real originator.
But I put Vic at the bottom of that three.
Whoa.
Of that specific three?
Yeah. Because
who's at the top then?
Randall Cunningham.
Second.
Lamar.
So Lamar was better than Vic.
So because you
said you would pick Vic over Lamar though.
Yeah, because I said we're talking Madden all the time. Yeah, but anyways, because anyway, it's different. I'm saying that when you use the word dual threat.
Vic had a fucking cannon. What are you talking about?
But he was inaccurate.
And Lamar is. Stop, bro! You shooting yourself in the foot right now. Stop it.
How many Falcons games you went to?
Let's move on to the next topic.
How many Falcons games you went to?
How many have I watched though? Yeah. Is it different because you went to more than I watched? It's not.
You haven't watched all of them. They don't even tell about.
But I've watched Lamar's games versus Vic's.
I watched.
That man was in jail for a couple years, came back as the Eagle, and still was razzling.
Yeah, he was still killing the game
on foot. I'm just saying, like,
and
when it comes to, I'm saying, he's in my top 3 of dual threats.
But you said Lamar was better than Vic, though. But you said your Madden team, you would pick Vic.
Yes.
Over Lamar.
It's imaginary football. I can make Mike Vick throw like that.
What?
And he was a 99.
Yes,
he's the fastest quarterback in Madden of all time ever.
So, but you were still
you
say
we use the word dual threat. Like when it comes in, like Lamar's not proven. His career's not over yet. He has a higher ceiling.
I mean, Vic was also
he had a higher ceiling.
He was in a shitty situation.
Mike Vick he had a higher ceiling too, but we never got to see it.
He's in a terrible situation too.
Yes. So
Atlanta's defense was terrible. Yeah, their offense got them.
I think.
Come on, bro. Y'all ignoring a lot, man.
Atlanta's defense was better.
I'm a sports head, bro.
He said he's talking about between Madden and in real life.
I don't know.
Anyways, but real life though.
He said he'd go with Lamar.
No, he said Madden wise he would pick Vic over Lamar.
Yes,
but real life.
He would pick Lamar over Vic.
That's crazy.
It's Madden in real life, bro.
So real life, you pick Vic over Lamar?
Me? No.
Okay, all right.
But he's talking about his opinion.
I'm not saying his opinion is wrong. I'm just saying that's crazy.
I mean, I'm saying like I said, they both have upsides. Now, once Lamar's career is over, I'll see his true upside and I'll reevaluate my opinion.
Yeah, and you got to think about the age difference too.
Yeah.
Like right now, if you had to play a pickup game for $100,000, since you're a sports head, who's the greatest basketball player of all time?
MJ. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Me personally?
Yeah.
Or
Kareem?
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Okay, so Bill Russell is your favorite. That's
who you think. He's the GOAT.
You think is the GOAT. But in a pickup game today, if you had to pick between him and LeBron, you're gonna pick LeBron.
That's disrespectful though.
But it's the scenario though.
Come on, dog. No, we didn't say it right now.
Body of work's not complete yet.
We didn't say it right now.
Anyways, that's not what we hear.
We here to talk about shit.
Yeah, but that's not the shit we talking about right now.
We talk about everything.
You on one. Anyways.
No, I'm not on one. So,
Nah,
are
for
we
real, bro.
talking about everything? Or are we
I-
just going to just kind of mitigate it to what we
gonna talk about what we talked about in pre-production. That's what we gonna talk about.
So we're still talking
Robin.
about it.
Yum.
Hey, they're doing like 20 minutes away.
I'm sorry.
Dang, bro.
Okay, I'm
Y'all
sorry.
niggas got it. Y'all
Yeah.
on some other shit tonight, so y'all got it.
All right. Rewatch the
Yep, I'm gonna say it.
DJ Khaled.
Because if we going, because any other time we'll talk about some shit and we'll talk about some nut ass shit for an hour straight.
Yeah.
And then be like, God damn, we just been. But now that we talk about some sports shit, it's like,
Well,
we're
usually-
gonna push. Nah, bro, don't do that.
Well, usually because
We
the
gonna
topic
talk
we
about
talk
what we
about for an
talking
hour is
about.
on the
Podcast is not all about sports though.
It's not
never
BNY
is.
Sports.
Quick
This
hits.
this podcast isn't about anything in particular.
Tonight it is.
It's about what we talking about. What's the hot topic? It's about what's going on.
That is not a hot topic.
I don't think we should be arguing about this live.
It's
on
not
the
an
air.
argument. It's like, yo, y'all got it. I would say this though, Vic over Lamar.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it.
Thank you.
Fuck it. That's
All
my
right.
2 cents.
So, we didn't get to say this, but it's the last pod in Black History Month. So, that's why we titled it One Last Ride with the ... because we know we're going to continue this, every day as we walk through our life. So, why are you looking at me? You want to fight?
Hey, look, fuck all y'all. I'm salty. I say it.
All right.
I'm salty because I love sports, and I talk about sports all
I'm trying
day.
to get you on your net. You got the next topic. This is on you.
Look, I'm just saying. You asked me why I was looking at y'all crazy. I'm looking at all y'all.
All right.
I don't care.
He know I
I'm the
don't
closest.
either.
I'm the closest to you.
Do it for Lil Saint.
Hey, hold on.
This is why I don't go to Fast Eddie's with him.
Hey, hold on. What just happened with Gilly the Kid? And
Oh man, that's the third time, bro.
hold on. I've never seen this pod though. I'm sorry. He showed this shit to me before we came here. These niggas rode to the podcast together and was ready to scrap it out on the jump. If the nigga can carry that energy with the nigga he rode there with, man, fuck it. Yo,
Hey.
we in this bitch.
Hey man, we got Uber. So, but
I'm just
hey,
saying, look. We love it. We
Yeah.
here. We good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to what I gotta stick to. But let's keep it moving, baby.
all
I'm
right,
all
so
with it.
today earlier when someone mentioned the Mandela effect and Shazam, who never seen
This young ass nigga.
That was
right
before my
here.
time.
how the camera go? That guy right there.
Listen, it's before my
There
time.
was two. Yeah, I get you. There's two Shazams. So then we started talking about the Mandela effect. But I'm not gonna take it away from you, Dev, because this is your thing.
So look, I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. My man, Muddy Sapton. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram. By that moniker. That's what he goes by. He's a very intellectual individual, someone that I know in the Air Force. Man, he talks the real. Very, very black pro-centric individual. You know what I'm saying? He's all about the culture. He has a lot of daily blogs that he talks about where he's spitting facts, spitting knowledge. He brought it to my attention. I never really put much thought into the Mandela effect until he brought it to me. He was like, bro, and it started off with a simple question. He was like, bro, do you remember the movie Shazam? Instantly, I thought of Sinbad. It wasn't even like Kazam
New joint. Yeah.
and or the new joint with the DC superhero.
Yeah.
When he said Shazam with the SHAZAAM,
Oh, that was your movie. God damn.
yo, I was like, yo, I
It
know.
was a good movie.
I was like, yo, Sinbad? Yeah, nigga. He was like, yo, there's a real life thing where like in the internet, whatever, internets, it doesn't exist. Like people, and that's what the Mandela effect kind of harkens back to is like people that remember things collectively that never really existed.
Yeah. But at the same time, a lot of people don't know what the Mandela effect actually came from.
It came True. So, a little bit of backstory. Nelson Mandela was after the apartheid. He was locked up in the 1980s. A lot of his followers, a lot of people believe that he actually died during his imprisonment. Come to find out that he actually passed away in 2013. But a lot of people really believe that he passed away during the 1980s. So that's where the Mandela effect come in, because there's a group of society that believe that this one incident happened, when in actuality the truth is what it is.
Like Gucci Man.
Well, hey, look. People think that nigga a clone. So I don't know what the fuck to make of that.
Did Guwap die in prison?
But the Shazam Mandela effect, when I brought it to y'all, Trev was like, yeah, what are y'all talking about? That nigga came out like 3 years ago. What are y'all talking about? Yeah, of course I remember that shit. Anybody that doesn't think that Shazam happened is smoking crack. And I was like, no, nigga.
So,
not the DC superhero.
Yeah.
We talking about the genie.
So what you think about it, Trev?
Well, I mean, Mandela effect's like a real thing. I mean, there's other examples like the Berenstain Bears, how it was spelled differently back in the day, but now it's spelled differently what you think it is. Or Fruit Loops, we were talking about Fruit Loops. Like, there's like a lot of different examples where a lot of people have this idea of what something used to be or what something was, when in all actuality, if you go back and look, it wasn't what you thought it was. And I think it kind of ties into the same realm of like deja vu, where, you know, you feel like you've been in like the same situation twice. I believe in deja vu 100%. I've actually, sometimes what I do is if I'm in like a feeling of deja vu, I'll say out loud what I think is about to happen to see whether or not my moment of deja vu and what I think is about to happen actually happens. And sometimes it actually does, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's in like the same kind of realm where,
It is.
you know,
right?
I mean, scientists are actually, I hate to go on a little tangent, scientists actually are starting to get closer to believing that there are actually parallel universes, and we're getting closer to actually being able to breach into the other ones. So I think, you know, that might be
swap with mine.
with
my guy.
I think it might be something like that in which
they touching into them lucid dreams.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They can communicate with you in lucid dreams and stuff like that.
That just came out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So one day we're gonna be on some Inception type shit. Something gonna be in your fucking dreams, fucking with your shit, trying to figure out all your secrets.
The Cloverfield paradox, man. If you ever watched that movie, that's what it was all about. It's kind of fucked up, but you know, just think about it.
Cloverfield?
It was what? Cloverfield paradox, and Cloverfield Lane.
I've never seen Paradox.
I've only seen the
Paradox.
Paradox is the newest one.
That was only 2. Paradox and Cloverfield.
It's 3.
All right.
Cloverfield
the
paradox.
first Cloverfield was crazy.
Was that like the monster thing?
That was about the monster.
Yeah.
With like the Statue of Liberty head.
It's a good movie though, bro.
It was
It is.
crazy, especially when that girl fucking exploded in the hospital.
They found filled it show. Yeah. Cloverfield paradox apparently causes all of this shit between Cloverfield and Cloverfield Lane, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Okay.
But you gotta watch it, and they speak on it, but it speaks to the alternate universes, you know, all that weird ass shit. But that's kind of what it dives into, like that whole paradox and shit. So
we getting closer.
Yeah. Well, how you feel about it?
I believe it.
About the Mandela effect?
Mandela effect, deja vu, all that.
Oh, the Mandela effect is real, bro. I remember getting Fruit Loops, and it was spelled F, and then it was 2 Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
and then it was a T, and then it was Loops, and then, you know, the O's in Loops was 2 Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
But they've always said it was spelled Fruit.
I don't believe that.
That's
And
a
it's
lie,
on the
bro.
box now.
Wherever the O's were in the loops. Wasn't the O's in the loops?
Yeah.
No, it was like a legitimate, like,
That's what you remember, right?
The O's were in the loops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, like,
No,
it's
no.
spelled Fruit on the box.
No, I'm talking
now.
about the word loops. This is where the O's were.
No, it was also in the fruit too.
Yeah, always.
I didn't eat Fruit Loops.
It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of, you know how they always say, they say tricks is for kids. You know how they say that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like, when I was a kid, I remember, like, tricks actually being shapes of stuff.
Yeah.
But now it's just balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But it went back to the fruits now.
Yeah, so.
All that shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean.
it's all a fucking mind game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, to an extent.
It's a marketing mind game because we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I believe more in deja vu than I do the Mandela effect. I think with the Mandela effect, especially, I mean, not to say it don't exist, but what was it? You got some of these things, like prime example, someone don't remember the other Shazam because one, they weren't here, and in that case specifically, a lot of like that movie was a low budget movie.
Yeah,
it was like
it
was a good
terrible.
CB movie for black people, right? So pretty much, and that stuff gets forgotten, you know.
Yeah.
So like a lot of these young people don't even know who Meteor Man is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know who Meteor Man is?
Nope.
See?
Wow.
So let's make another Meteor Man. What are they gonna say? Well, the other one didn't exist. You know, it's like a lot of that stuff happens, but then there's the other things that y'all talk about. You know, that has me scratching my head. Now, deja vu, yes, I do.
Oh, 100%.
100%. I'll sit there and I'm like, this happened before.
Yeah, we did this.
And I'm like,
I've been here before.
and I try to do, and like, whenever I have deja vu about something, it's usually bad. So I usually just like walk the other way.
Chill.
Yeah,
Mine are
chill.
usually random. Mine will be like I had deja vu that I was like listening to a certain song while I was in the drive-thru at Bojangles. Like that was like a legitimate one I've had, and then I was like, wait a second, and then I'll be like, she's about to say this phrase like at the window, and she does, and I'm like,
Oh.
I was here. I told you I was here.
Yeah, my head's too bad for that. But like I know I'll just be in this environment, and I'd be like,
yeah,
it's time
but
to go.
it's so much stuff tied into that. Like just two theories, and then I pass it to Dev. But it's just two theories that I've heard. One being that it was like when somebody died and we were reincarnated, or they were reincarnated as us. They lived that particular moment before, and it was just like, oh, this shit happened to us in their past life. And then another theory was you dreamed about it. Like we'll be anticipating a podcast a year from now, and then we'll go to sleep thinking about the podcast and we'll dream about it, and then a year from now it'll happen. You'll be like, damn, we did this already.
Yep.
So that was just two theories that I read about.
Speaking about like people living like their past lives, like there's been multiple times where they've had kids come out and be like, yeah, and the last person that I was died this exact way, and they'll like have all the details down to like everything.
Yep.
And they'll be like, how do you know this? And like, I just know I was there. Like, how are you there? You're only like 5. This happened like 50 years ago.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's like that's like a real deal thing.
Yep.
How do you how do you
Very
explain
true.
that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't read somebody's dying, and like I mean you can, but like if you have like names and stuff like that, it's gonna be able to get that, especially if it's like old.
Right.
I want that power first to where I can like recollect and be
I want photographic memory. That's what
I
I
ain't
want.
gonna tell nobody nothing about it.
Trev, you know about like the scientific aspect of this side, right?
To an
So
extent.
there's no matter in this universe that is created from nothing.
Well, matter cannot be created nor destroyed.
Exactly. So anything that is created or that is brought to kind of into being is created from something else.
Yeah, we're all
Essentially.
stardust.
So it's like you have to think about like this whole deja vu Mandela effect type situation where it's like if nothing can be created from nothing, anything that's created comes from something, essentially. Like, why is it that, what I'm saying, like we couldn't experience a lifetime prior to ourselves in this moment? Because where do we all come from if there's no matter that can be created?
That's diving into. That's not really a matter thing. That's more of a conscience thing. So
But,
it's
it is necessarily matter in the sense that no physical being comes from anything but something that was already physically present.
well, yeah, but that's like $1 million question. I mean, that's like asking what's the meaning of life.
I mean, it's just it's something
There's
that's
not gonna be an answer for it.
postulated in science in general. Like that's what they talk about. It's a theory. That's kind of what's out there.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Me personally, I believe that what we believe in as far as deja vu, or what we just talking about as far as like a 5-year-old, experiencing a life where someone can say, "Yo, I died here during the Gettysburg Civil War," battle. That's to me, that's a form of reincarnation. How else would a 3-year-old, 4-year-old say, "Hey, that's my headstone right there in this grave," if other than he was experiencing Like you had to be reincarnated in this little body to be able to specifically detail your death prior to. I don't know.
I
Is
wonder
it
what
possible?
you come back as, like as your reincarnation. What you are reincarnated as depends on the person you was before.
So another thing, that kind of thing, it kind of ties into, it's more scientific, it's more outside the realm of kind of like superficial in a sense. So genetics, right? We don't really understand genetics to the full extent. We know how they're formed, we know what they look like and things like that, but we don't know all the information, because the amount of information in, like, for instance, when this can sound kind of weird, when you ejaculate, like, you're doing like about 500 terabytes of information. It sounds crazy, but that's the amount of information.
I mean, it's true, but like,
I know that's a weird thing to kind of say.
I top rope with a fact though. I'm like,
right. So, but going on that, like, for instance, for me, like, I didn't meet my biological father till I was already old. Like 17. I think I was like 16, 17, whatever. Right. 16. But there's so many characteristics, personality characteristics that I have from my biological father, and usually everything you do, you learn from somebody. Right? All characteristics, how you do anything, you learn. You watch somebody else do it, you hear somebody do it. That's how you learn how to do something. But for me to have some of the same characteristics and things like that from somebody I've never met in my life, never seen in my life, never talked to in my life, it's kind of crazy, right? So I think it kind of also could tie in potentially to a genetic thing, whereas those memories might be actually intertwined within your genetics.
True.
Because I mean, it's kind of like it's like survival of the fittest. You see animals. Actually, this happens all the time. Animals adapt. We all adapt and survive, and we pass down those memories so people, adapt differently, so they don't do those same mistakes, so they can carry on those genes. So I think that could also be an answer to how people have those kind of memories. Is tied into
with that
genetics.
said, like when I see my sons growing up, they are like how they grow up. Well, they're a nicer version, but they're me and my brother growing up. They don't see their uncle much at all. Like less than hand numbers on hands to see how many times they don't have much interaction with him. But to see my boys grow up and like they are us. Yeah, it's like I don't. Once he says that, it's kind of like, well, damn, how did they get that
genetically?
I mean, you get the genetics and stuff, but
so you think it's genetics? Genetics have like in a carbon copy, like genetics can be carbon copy.
I mean, I clone myself.
I mean, so genetics are definitely like a weird thing. I mean, we already can clone. We've cloned lambs before. We've cloned lots of different animals to the same extent, right? So I mean, we could, if it wasn't considered taboo, we could definitely clone humans.
They probably in Alabama, they clone each other.
Well, that's inbreeding. That's different, and that creates like a lot of birth defects. That's why, like in your ancient times, all the kings and like royal families, they had a lot of health issues because of so much inbreeding, because they want to keep the royal bloodline pure. But I do think, I wouldn't say a carbon copy, but I do think there's a lot more information than what we really know within our genes, and when we spread them, I think it definitely does have a more of a impact on who you are as a person, some of the memories you might have, the way you move, and things like that. Because you might have genes you might have the eyes of like a great grandmother, you know what I'm saying, and nobody else in your family has like blue eyes, but you do, you know what I'm saying. So those genes that you have, they can skip generations, right? So what's not to say if those memories are a part of your genes, they are somewhat tied into your genes. What's not to say that those memories don't skip generations, just like, it's a recessive quote unquote trait, and it doesn't jump a bunch of generations, and now you have this memory that you have. Because like, photographic memory, we have was it 4 different types of memory? We have short term, long term, and intrinsic, or called
intrinsic.
No, it's not intrinsic. It's intrinsic or something like that. It's ETRIET or something like that. But it's pretty much goes. It's the first thing your brain stores memory into before it determines whether before you determine whether it needs to go in long term, short term, or get discarded. Right. So people who have photographic memory, they're able to hold in that memory bank for a lot longer than normal people. So when you look at something and the ability to re-image it, it's like if you look at that cup right now, close your eyes and you can picture that cup. That's what that memory is doing. But then if you go away for a little while, your brain's going to determine whether that information is important enough to store in your long term, short term, or get rid of it. So if your brain's kind of doing it like that, it could necessarily be scanning it into your DNA and then down the line you could.
True, very true.
Dr. Trev.
Mhm.
Hey,
Like for instance,
no disagreement.
something I learned about myself is if I ever go anywhere one time, I never need directions again.
Usually.
Well,
I'll go somewhere one time sober.
no, if I go anywhere one time, I can go anywhere, and I kind of realized this when I was down in Florida, because I had to pick up my friends, and his sister was like, "Do you know how to take where we live, where we had to go back?" She's like, "Do you need our address?" And I was like, "No, I remember how to get back." She was like, "How do you remember?" And I was like, I can picture it. Like I can picture every last. And she started asking me questions. She was like, "Okay, like what does the entrance of our neighborhood look like?" And I told her, I was like, "This is the name of your neighborhood. Like there's 3 palm trees by your sign. There's this type of car." And she's like, "Okay, what kind of cars were in our parking lot?" And I was able to tell her all of these details, these small details.
Yep.
And I'm just picturing in my head. And she's like, "I think you have a partial photographic memory when it comes to that."
Yeah.
And so I talked to my mom about it. I was like, "Hey mom, like I have this weird thing where if I go anywhere once, I don't have to remember it." She's like, your grandfather's like that. She's like, if he goes anywhere one time, he doesn't need GPS again. Like coming here, I don't need GPS because I remember exactly how to get here.
I'm not as good as you, especially as of now because of what I had going on. But in the past, I didn't think you're happy.
You know it. BRB.
In the past, I thought I got my memory of that same trait. I got that from my mom telling me, "You better pay attention where you're going because if you get kidnapped, you need to make your way back home."
Right. Yep.
So that's how I got it. Like, cause I'm gonna get kidnapped. I need to know where we're at. So
Right.
I'm looking at this,
It's
looking at
time to
that.
get kidnapped.
Hey, man, my mom was she's a character. She would, everything was about death and
Yeah, that's
Yep.
how my mom is.
So, yeah, so,
Shout
yeah.
out.
I'm scared the
Shout
shit
out,
out
Mom.
of
Yeah.
you.
y'all gonna miss me when I'm dead. I'm like, why are we always talking about death in this house?
I ain't gonna be here
I
forever.
ain't gonna be here forever. So, but yeah, the kidnapping part.
Love you, Mom.
Love you, Mom. I do remember the day she told me that to where it stuck. We were going to Blockbuster on the south side, down the street from South Lake Mall. That was our spot. Go get me a little Sega games, come back, put in Sonic and Knuckles or whatever the hell, play it for a weekend, had to give it back. But yeah, so everybody got something to do. But so, but yeah. I don't even want to push now. And this is the time where Dev could have been out here talking about the Cowboys and how he feels about his quarterback situation and whatnot.
Exactly. I love it.
So,
Hey.
yeah, everybody see kind of anarchy going on here.
This the wife letting me know she made it to her destination.
Okay,
safely.
okay. I'm glad you made it there safely, Kiana. You could have just posted in the group.
Yes, ma'am.
It's that dedication.
I'll call you when I leave.
Dedication. Kiana, come on now. You work here.
You heard you. She said, "Oh shit."
Oh, I gotta go. Forgot. So,
But yeah, man, I don't know, bro. Like I just, I'm. That's why I asked Trev like about the whole reincarnation thing and what he believed, because I just don't want to be. I don't know what I would be reincarnated as because of like the life I lived.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to fuck around and
50-50.
like die and come back as like a fucking anal bead or something.
That's not a thing.
It's not a bad life.
Depending on who owns it.
Wait, what?
Depending on who, I don't want a dude to go by me and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna use this," and then he go home to never mind. I ain't.
You probably get recycled in like 5 years anyway.
You gotta come
short.
back with
True.
something with a soul, bro. Not an anal bead. They
Well,
ain't
I
got a
mean,
soul, bro.
They take souls.
after
like
after
a
that 5
clam or
years.
something.
But if you're like an anal bead and you get recycled, is it count as dying?
You're not living at that
I know,
point,
I understand
bro.
that it's an inanimate object. I'm just trying to.
It depends. It depends.
It's not the same. You're not gonna come back as an anal bead, bro.
Okay, I don't want to like. I don't want to be like too in depth with it, but it depends on the household I go to.
Okay. All right. We go.
You wild as shit.
Oh man.
What's
so
up, Trev?
we got y'all back.
Yeah, we Gucci, baby.
All right. So there's no
Trev
I can't transition off that. We're just gonna have to talk about the next subject straight up.
That is
Wow.
true. That's tough. That's a tough transition.
Yeah, let me think about it. Nope. So
Nope.
in other news,
What we got to talk about?
so in other news,
I was telling
Mel said he
them-
didn't want to be reincarnated into some anal beads.
Hey, that's tough.
No, yeah.
It's tough life,
I
man.
told him, like, especially, depending
I mean,
on the
depends.
household.
Yeah.
I ain't want to go to it.
So like, yeah.
You know.
Hey, we're just gonna. That's what they do in the news when it's just completely different in other news.
Breaking news.
Right.
But
When they talking about the weather and it's going to be 90 and, sunny.
We're gonna take it over to our meteorologist.
And then they got to transition into
Soup
like a
house.
bird or something.
But
Soup.
Malcolm X's family demands a reopening of a of his murder investigation.
Based on
Oh, I could have transitioned to that.
Oh, yeah, what you would have said? How
All
would you
right,
take
so
anal beads to that?
Okay, so we're talking about reincarnation and anal beads. So speaking of reincarnation, like, do you think Malcolm X reincarnated, and like, would it be one of the protesters that was out in Black Lives Matter? And speaking of black people being, executed or killed by a police force like that, Malcolm X just recently was brought up because of the NYPD coming out on his deathbed saying that it was more of an inside job from the NYPD and FBI.
all right, Trev. Goddamn.
Yeah, but if he did it that way, it would have took us 25 minutes to get there.
Trevor Noah.
It would have took us 25 minutes to get there.
No, it wouldn't have.
That's
It
also
would've.
true.
This is hungry.
That was off the dome.
No, the thought process, if you ran it and you went thought by thought, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
25
Yeah,
minutes.
that's true.
So-
that's fair.
Yeah, I just want to jump right in. So,
Y'all seen that documentary on Netflix, right?
I actually haven't.
Ooh,
You know, I
gotta
don't watch live
watch-
TV.
Wait, what?
That's true. We watch a lot
Which
of
one?
music on your side.
Yeah. Y'all know Ricky wouldn't stand for this. Y'all don't get me fired.
Yeah, we're not dancing while you're doing this.
Hey,
You were dancing.
I learned. Y'all should learn from my
Who cares?
mistakes.
Ricky's not here.
And he's also not here. Fuck that.
And he's not watching right now.
He
I'm
working
not
right
going.
here.
I'm not going
No,
that far.
he's
You got too much dip on your chip there, bud.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
yeah,
hold on, wait a minute.
Ricky's
I
actually
have
working
regard
right now.
as
That's
far
why he
as
has.
some.
Yeah,
Let's
Ricky's
be
actually
fair.
working right now. He can't. That's why he
I
has
ain't
not
gonna do
commented or
I
said
ain't gonna do it.
Do it
I
for
ain't
the
gonna
gram.
do it.
It's like-
Do it for the gram. I ain't gonna do it.
Ricky's gonna touch down in a minute and re-watch this.
What
and
did
y'all
he?
gonna get
What did he
personal
fly
phone
to?
calls.
Where did he go?
We don't talk about that here. So
It's
Yeah.
classified information.
Classified. He's 14 classified. But just like Malcolm X's murder. And I think everybody in this room believes it was a setup from the jump anyway.
I don't think anyone doubted that.
Yeah, so this is more of a, hey, we want the world, we want you, the government, to acknowledge that this was a setup.
Mm-hmm.
So
Will they?
Probably not.
Just because, look,
how many years has it been?
hold on. There's been an LAPD officer that came out and said that he was involved in Tupac's cover up. Have you heard anything as far as
That's
the
too soon.
government?
It should have that shouldn't come out for another 35 years.
That's Tupac, bro.
I know 35 years.
So you're
That's an
saying-
entertainer
wait,
versus
wait.
an activist.
Yeah.
A little bit of different.
So an activist is entertaining is more significant than a.
No, I'm just saying
I would say it's less.
it's less.
So wait,
You have a man that was fighting for civil rights that got assassinated versus
so
a
it's
man
more.
that got.
It's easier to come out and say, "Yo, we set up Tupac versus
Tupac and Malcolm.
You're not
X's
gonna have-
death are
you're not gonna
nowhere
have
near
the-
each other.
I'm not saying they're the same.
I'm not saying, but saying their deaths are no more near each other. You said that off the base of me saying Tupac's death, if it was something out of side of what the story is, and I told you 35 years from now you might hear something.
Yeah, I don't think that it would necessarily go that far. That's just my opinion. But I get what you're saying as
It
far
was
as
just random-
entertainer.
I'm just saying random number way down the road. That's what I mean by it.
I know you're saying like it would happen later
Yeah,
than
yeah,
sooner than
yeah.
later. I got you.
So-
So, but that documentary on Netflix
Mhm.
postulates the whole conspiracy. You got to
Yeah,
watch it, man.
Security getting locked up, stuff like that. I mean, I read a little bit of the article. Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
was,
like-
yeah. So
Yeah, it was like he kind of ran down like people that was like the whole like LAPD. They were supposed to be there, and they purposely like kind of pulled officers from that specific meeting. Like they kind of run down all of that stuff in that documentary. So it's a dope look. It's a dope look.
I would ask y'all how y'all think. Y'all mouth full of fucking food.
I can still talk, man. I can multitask.
Let's go. What you?
So as far as Malcolm X, I mean, if you go back to in that time frame, in that moment of history, right? They were pretty much quote unquote assassinating people left and right as far as activist movements. So to say it's above the reach of the FBI or CIA or the police department to do such things, I think is ludicrous. if American government wants to do something, they will do it.
Yeah.
Or they'll try to do it. I mean, you can
Absolutely.
take the Bay of Pigs, for example. They try to do something, it didn't really work out in their favor.
Bay of Pigs.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, you look at, like, you know, just came out about Fred Hampton and how he was pretty much assassinated, you know.
Judas and the Black Priest.
Mm-hmm. And
Still
so
haven't seen it yet.
you definitely
Haven't
need
seen
to.
it either.
I got you on Max.
Y'all smoking.
We gotta watch it tonight.
Just watch
In
it.
the movie.
Oh my God, bro.
Anyways, Trev.
Oh my God.
You know, and I was talking to my pops earlier about we were kind of talking about it,
Damn.
and he brought up something that I never knew. There was actually a black school that was established down in Florida, in Mims, Florida, and it was back in I think the '60s, and you know, it was for just black kids to educate black people, and they blew it up. The government literally bombed the place.
I mean, you know, you can go back to Tulsa.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
all-
exactly.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
to say it's above the FBI to do something like that, I think it's ludicrous. And if somebody is on their deathbed and their last dying wish is to have this letter published, I'm pretty sure they're not going to waste their last breath to try and,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, start some BS. So I think we should definitely we should be very cognizant of the capability of not only the New York Police Department to cover stuff up, but I mean the FBI. I mean, you know, the FBI is a very, very powerful machine,
Hush money
and
runs out.
you know
But
they can.
That's the open door that you're opening a very broad
Because
door
if
at that point.
because the but hear me out though, because there's more implications than just the death of Malcolm X.
Thank you, that's what
because
I'm saying.
now you have 3 black men that were in prison for the rest of their lives that were essentially framed for a job they didn't commit, which made the Nation of Islam look bad for pretty much assassinating one of their own members. So the implications is going to be a lot bigger than just
Exactly.
the death of Malcolm X.
That's all I'm saying. It's like that opens the door.
And that's
That's a
why,
very
and that's why,
broad-
and that's why this is. I feel like this is something that may stay covered up because in the past, in this past presidency, we're talking about our last POTUS pretty much had a war of Islam technically. As far as not even like.
I mean,
not,
we've
not
had
talking,
that for like the last 20 years.
No, wait, chill. I ain't saying like the area of the world. This person, old POTUS, gave the illusion that he hates the people, the religion, everything about it.
But
like,
they've been a target since 9/11.
Yeah,
though.
but this goes different. This goes different.
Whoa,
but this
whoa.
is separate. This is separate
Pause,
from. No,
pause.
this is one thing.
But the Nation of Islam isn't the same as.
I'm just saying this is separate from. This is separate from the. What was it? See, I keep talking, man. Losing my shit. No, this is separate from U.S. interest in resources over there. That I'm talking literally like just a.
Yeah,
I don't like so.
I get it.
That's
Yeah.
different, but you gotta.
But I mean, there's a lot of people in America right now.
You gotta preface those comments, bro.
I'm trying to. You interrupted me.
No, I didn't even stop you.
All right. So, what are your thoughts?
Nah, bro, you got it. Cause apparently I interrupted.
No, I finished it.
What the hell with you tonight, bro?
Bro, I didn't even interrupt you.
I
That's what I'm
finished.
saying.
I finished my point.
All I'm saying is like him necessarily. All he did was kind of just. He highlighted what everyone else was already thinking.
Not everybody.
And I'm not saying
a certain group of people.
Yeah. we know that. That goes without saying.
Yeah.
So he only highlighted what people were already thinking. Like people will associate the Nation of Islam with Islamic terrorists and like ISIL.
Yeah. So
That's false. But because of their ignorance, he just sort of played on that.
that's what I'm saying.
But was it his fault or was it the people's fault?
It's,
Was he just doing something that was going to get him to where he needed to be? Or was he actually advocating something that was brand new to our society?
the old POTUS?
I'm talking about 45.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing nothing new.
He wasn't.
He was just playing on what people already thought.
So you think he was playing? Or is that his thoughts? Does he share those thoughts personally?
He was playing on what, look,
Trump is a smart. You can
think
say what you want.
think
Trump's a smart
about
guy.
this. Trump's a genius. I don't necessarily like Trump.
I don't agree. I do not agree.
I don't necessarily like Trump, but think about it. Before he became president, who all talked about hanging out with him and kicking it with him? Hip hop artists.
Yeah.
They
Everybody wanna be like
all
Trump.
love Trump. Kanye, Jay-Z, all the top, Dre. Everybody always talked about kind of kicking it with him and learning from his business aspect. It wasn't only until he decided to have a firm stance as far as what it was going to get him to where he wanted to be that niggas was like, you foul. But because, nigga, if you talking about winning the presidency, who is the majority that you got to reach out to? You got to reach out to white America.
Okay.
And Obama did it in a way that white Americans never really felt like they was kind of betraying their own because he was such a good orator. 45 was just like, fuck these people, fuck that person, and fuck them.
Merc.
And that whole other people, that whole other sect that was like, yeah, we agree, they all started coming out and voting. So it's not necessarily that he was just a bad guy. He played his role. He played the part.
He played the part. He played the part on the business side, but even then, the business side is not what it's cracked up to be. And I think once he started, running, that's when people started digging, and that's when stuff started coming out. Because before, when he was running, I'm thinking like, in my initial opinion, I'm like, well, maybe we should. If he's running, like, I don't think he should be POTUS. This is before all. This is early before the hates and stuff like that. I'm like, maybe can we just create a position for him as far as us managing our money and what we do?
Right.
But then they start putting out the, this is gone under, this is gone. I'm like, oh no.
Well, you knew all that before,
And
though.
then, no, I didn't.
So you didn't.
I don't. I'm too busy trying to get my money
See,
right.
But see, that's the crazy part about it, though. See, that's what upsets me about the whole presidential race, because I followed Trump for a really long time. He's had 11 bankruptcy files.
So yeah, this is what was coming out right before.
See,
I do that.
That's the problem is it only came out to certain people.
So you think
now.
you think no? I'm saying not now. This came out before the election.
No,
the first election.
I'm saying a lot of people learned of this.
Do you think Jay-Z and all of them knew about all that?
Absolutely.
Back then? And on what level though? Because like I get both sides of the story.
On the level is look. Say what you want about Trump. I don't agree with him as being 45. But as far as being a genius, as far as marketing, as far as getting people riled up to get to acknowledge you as an individual, he's a genius because
he's a genius working off of these fucked up rules that
absolutely
that we have in place.
It's not right. It's not wrong. But that's the America we've created.
We need to change it.
Hold on. Think about this. Obama's first presidency, his first run, what was his big thing that kind of galvanized black Americans? The Obama phone, right? A lot of black Americans believed that there was a lot of free money that was coming to them.
Yeah,
change.
People think, a lot of people
That was
think
his motto, isn't it? Change.
His whole model, but the undercurrency of change was a lot of black Americans believed he was going to do a lot of things
for the black
for
community.
them.
Mm-hmm.
You play the role that you are set in. I'm not saying he's right.
These are uneducated voters at that point.
Bro, how many people?
That's what Trump was playing against.
How many people voted? Hold on, think about this. Total, let's say there was about 156 million Americans that voted in this election, right?
Yep.
The American population is 360 million at a minimum.
Okay.
So that means almost half of people wasn't voting at all. So he was playing to the people that he could reach out to kind of get him to where he wanted to be. Same, Obama was no different.
Joe Biden isn't any different.
No,
Honestly.
his whole campaign was trying to stop Trump. That was literally his thing.
That was it.
How many? There's a huge group of people that voted for Joe Biden because they thought their student loans about to go away.
Bro.
ASAP.
And then he gonna turn around and say he can't do it, even though
Don't get
we
me
all know he
started
can.
on that shit.
So
Don't
like,
get me started.
I'm just validating your point.
No, I agree. I agree. No,
So
I'm
like,
saying.
but that's
crazy.
That's big government, and that's what needs to be changed. And we need to educate ourselves on these people when they start, and then start from the bottom up. But Trev, I'm saying you got something.
So with Trump, as far as like you calling him a genius, right? Trump is, if you like the man or not, the man's a genius, right? This man literally showed all the flaws within our government. Whether you like it or not, whether you like what he did or not, my man.
Thank you.
He came in office and literally was like, you know what? I'm president now. I'm gonna extort the hell out of this office. Some people are gonna say it's a vile thing to do. Some people think it's not gonna be constitutional. But everything that he did stood up in the Supreme Court, right? The law of the land, everything he did. He was like, the last day in office, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pardon every last person that rode for me.
Who was wrong? And
right?
was he wrong?
So no, you know what I'm saying? So going forward though, we need to take that. We need to ensure that we do change those laws. We do apply these changes and try and ensure that we don't have the same kind of individual coming up office and then maybe use it to even a more vile point. Because I mean,
Bobby Shmurda wouldn't have took a pardon.
I mean,
Come on, dog.
Speaking of pardons, I still find it hysterical that he pardoned Kodak, but he didn't pardon Tiger King.
Oh, Tiger King. I thought
You know what I'm saying? That man, my man had a party for him and everything, waiting for that man to get out, and he didn't pardon him.
Where the money reside.
He was a liability.
Where the money reside. Where the money reside. Where the money reside.
You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting. Is politics, government, big government. There's pros and cons to it all. You know. But honestly, my issue with our big government isn't the presidential office. It's Congress. People always overlook the power of Congress. I feel Congress as a whole has more power than the president does.
Well, that's checks and balances, though.
I hear you, right? So the president can quote unquote veto, but if you get a solid majority, if you get a full majority vote, you can overthrow the veto. Well, so Congress controls the budget.
Before or after he vetoes?
After he vetoes, if Congress gets a full majority, they can overthrow.
What about the Senate though?
No, the Senate's part of Congress. Congress is both the House of Representatives and the Senate. That's what Congress is.
A lot of people don't understand that.
No, and that's what I'm trying to say is education is an important thing. People don't understand. People like to point the finger at the president because he's an individual, one person you can point the finger at, right? So when people like to talk about student loans being forgiven or money being allocated to the military when it should be going to things like that, they point the president. They point the finger at the president when in all actuality it's the House of Representatives that controls our budget. The president signs off on the budget, but the House of Representatives is the one who actually dictates our budget, dictates where the money goes, dictates all of that.
So you're saying
the president has no part in where our money goes, besides if it's already in the executive branch. That's when he controls it.
He dictated that there could be $10,000 worth of student loans.
He would have to put in a bill for that.
You're saying that's not necessarily an executive action.
No.
He would still have to.
Yeah.
He would still have to put a bill into the House to get passed in order for him to.
It's pretty much like, hey, I want y'all looking at this shit right now. That's how executive orders are.
And that's why when everybody was so pro Bernie, you know, Bernie's gonna give us free healthcare, free this. I was like, that's not how that works. He can't. It's not.
But hold on. You're saying that, but Bernie's whole campaign wasn't necessarily built on just the forgiveness of.
No, he was trying to get free healthcare and things like that.
He's the healthcare guy.
It was free healthcare,
still needs to come
but he
from
was
him.
also pushing for what? A majority in what? The House.
Right, and now they have a majority in the House.
Exactly.
I mean,
so his whole
every person's party's going.
Yeah, but his whole campaign was necessarily built on forgiveness of this.
My generation wasn't thinking that.
If we can get this, then we can kind of push for this.
So I hear what you're saying, but you also gotta remember the growing group of people, the biggest group of people now that have like a swing as far as voting is my generation. We're the ones that are starting to come into the voting power. We're the ones that all the politicians are trying to influence. My politician, like my generations, right? My generation wasn't thinking about that. All they heard was free healthcare, free school, free this, free that, free that. They hear free, but they don't understand how all that works. They don't understand that money has to come from somewhere, and that either your taxes are going to get raised. Like, people like to use all these other countries
Let's
for.
not do that. Let's not do that.
No. Let me finish. What I'm saying.
No,
People like
God.
to point at other countries who have free healthcare and things like that, right? And they don't understand the amount of money they get taxed, right? One of the big reasons why America separated from the UK was because of taxation, right? Because we didn't want to pay that many taxes. You have other countries like Canada, Switzerland, all the Nordic countries who pay absurd taxes. Yes, they get all those free things. So it's like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have those free things or get taxed more? Or the other thing, which I kind of agree with, is take money away from the military. But people don't want to talk about that.
That's my whole point. It was, if you're going to talk about taxation, right, that's a whole different concept. That's a whole different conversation. Because America, as far as DOD and the budget.
Oh, I know her. Trust me, I know the numbers.
I know you know.
The numbers.
I believe it. I believe Manny knows. Nell may not at a certain degree that us in the quote unquote know.
I'm gonna just give you a quick little statistic. Our defense budget is the top 10. I'm gonna give both of you.
In that manner.
All right.
I didn't mean
our
it.
defense budget is the next top 10 countries combined. That includes Russia and China. All
And
their
England.
defense budgets combined. That's how much we spend. I think our GDP is like 15% of our GDP goes to the military.
So,
And you gotta remember, our GDP is at like 17 trillion right now.
so under that notion,
You're right. I didn't know that.
under that,
You're welcome.
there
It's
you
a
go.
lot of the money.
There's certain things within the know. It's like, yo, you kind of got to be there. Like, look, I was a supervisor maintainer, right? I got the aircraft off the ground. There was never a limit to how much I could authorize as far as getting 10 or 20 aircraft off the ground. There was never a limit. If I had to spend $20,000 to get 3 pieces of my equipment working to get 18 aircraft off the ground, 20, 30,000, it was never a limit. You could do it. Think about that. As far as the DoD, like Trev said, the next 10 countries combined didn't even compare to what we spend. So put that in perspective. If you can chop down a third of that and direct it towards social programs as far as healthcare, which was Bernie's whole platform, was like, yo, we can chop down here to improve here. Why not?
Because it never looks that good. It always it sounds good, but on paper it sounds good on paper, but in implication it never works like that. Because you guys got to think about, like, our military, right? We like to talk about how much money our military gets, and you also have to understand the global impact our military has on a economical standpoint. Anywhere you go in the world at a military base, the amount of money that we are producing to those countries in and of itself is ridiculous.
How much are we converting though?
How much are we converting? I don't know. I'd have to go.
A lot.
I would have to go.
We're
we're earning a lot of money because we're selling weapons and
We're
stuff.
earning, but we're converting a lot to their currency as well.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, when it comes to elections, any election, state, federal, elementary school, the person.
My daughter heard about it in the third grade.
The person who parent, who pretty much want to pander to the people the most is gonna win the election. Back in Georgia when I was in elementary school, they had some elections for something, I forget.
Probably like student government.
So yeah, but this is elementary school. Like,
Still,
the kid that said they gonna put Kool-Aid in the water fountains won.
hey,
Because he appealed to the most.
appeals to the
Yeah.
people.
That sounds great.
Honestly,
nobody ever said that?
speaking about all this though, this honestly like makes me want to like run for a position in office.
My homeboy's running for office in Florida. So it can be done. He started early.
Why you think I'm earning law shit? I'm learning. At a minimum, bro. I never have to win.
I can't be.
But
You
if
trying
it-
to run for office?
at least if I can understand how the
Can't be
system
out there
works.
yelling at motherfuckers.
Yeah, man, you got to be cool, calm, collected, and you have to have all your stats
Yeah, I
and
can't.
data
I
on
can't.
stat.
Wait, so you can't be
I
spicy?
had no.
No,
I know. I personally
You
have
can't be-
blemishes.
can't be
As a
spicy.
black man, no.
You can't be spicy. Whoa! Does that bring us to our next topic though?
What was the next topic?
Wow.
I just playing. All right, so
No, as he looks, I wasn't up.
yeah, nah. I look back.
I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating.
I look back to a black screen, so it doesn't count. So, but not for real. We're trying to stay here, but it's we keep getting off topic. But the Black History Month is coming to a close. However, next month brings up a very high profile case with George Floyd. So I don't want us to forget almost a year ago, what happened. And what was it? The feds are opening a reinvestigation coming up on the trial that starts next month. So and they're moving quickly.
Well, let's be fair. The reinvestigation is on civil rights issue. That's not necessarily criminal.
Would it sway the criminal case?
Well,
It's
criminal is different from civil rights, though, right? Like, is that something we want to
You know,
believe
was
right
the criminal
now?
case already tried?
No, that starts next.
They're going to tie it together.
They're gonna tie it all together.
Yeah, they're
So
gonna
the
tie it
same. So the
together.
jury's gonna judge on both the crime
Criminal
and
and civil. Yeah, they're going to tie it together. Yeah.
So if they can determine that his civil rights were impeded, then the fact that the criminal charges they're probably
It just
most
kinda
likely
follow
would kind
along.
of combine. But there is a chance that they might waive the criminal, but still say his civil rights were violated.
Is that a win?
It's a partial.
It's a partial one.
well,
It's like
does he
winning.
go-
It's like winning 3 numbers in the lottery. You might get like $300, but you're not gonna get the 200 million.
Jackpot.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to get that.
You're not gonna get the jackpot.
ball.
You'll get like $200. You're still gonna be happy, but you'll be like, damn, if I only had like 3 more numbers, I'd be fucking
Right.
millionaire.
That's
You're
tough.
close. It'll be like almost like close but no cigar. You know what I'm saying?
So
It's gonna
that,
be enough where they can say it was justice was served.
so that means that we, as a community, are we dissatisfied with justice?
It depends on what the judge determines to give out as the punishment, because the jury just determines.
So we're just waiting at this point.
Yeah. So the jury determines whether you're guilty or not. The judge is the one who decides the punishment. Yeah.
That's tough though, because it's March. That's when that whole trial is starting, right, Manny?
Yep.
If I'm correct,
Yeah.
starting in March, and it's just the civil rights side. It's not the criminal side.
It was both, like we just said.
So it might be a combination. To me, bro, that's a telltale
At the end of the
sign.
day, I mean, I really want us to pay attention and watch this and speak out on it publicly. You know, once it starts.
I
Like,
can't wait to see the jury selection.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Bro, that's going to be the big part.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Oh,
can't wait.
oh.
Yeah, I really hope they have I'm pretty sure they have the amount of money they're probably getting. They probably do have very good defense lawyers, because the defense lawyer will probably shut down any middle-aged white man. They're like, nope,
Yeah.
and they're gonna do it on the basis of character
There's
traits.
some
Hold
middle-aged,
on. You gonna-
black men that think the same.
Hold
way.
on. They're gonna shoot down any
So they-
middle-aged white man.
Why
I
would you-
believe
why would
they're
you-
going to want him.
For George Floyd, on behalf the defense would want a white man on George Floyd's side. I'm talking about the defense.
You're only looking at the defense side, but
The defense.
the prosecution gets a say in that too.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. So when you're doing jury selection, right? They have a bunch of people out, and everybody has like pretty much a paper describing pretty much who they are, right?
Right.
And both sides get to take turns saying we're gonna waive such and such, such and such, such that jury number 3, 7, 9, and 10 based on basis of character traits or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
right? And they do this. I mean, it could potentially be weeks where they do it for jury or months, right? It could take a long time,
Yeah.
until they all agree on the jury being satisfactory and ensure that because if they come out later and determine that the jury either hangs, right? It's a hung jury, right? Whole thing has to start over again. Or they could be like, it was a mistrial because we had a biased juror and they fell under the radar.
We proved it.
And now they have to do it all over again.
A
So
lot goes into
it
it.
goes. There's a lot
Because-
to it.
True.
Think about this. They pick a juror, and then let's say this jury has a social media account and they said something 5-6 years ago.
They're gonna find it. They're gonna screen
find all of
everything.
that.
So you think all of that plays into the jury
Absolutely.
selection?
Especially with a case like this, with so much publicity on it, 100%.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's high profile.
But see,
It's the same thing with the Casey Anthony case. Like
Yeah.
they scrolled through all their shit. Like
This
it's
ain't you getting a letter to say go do jury duty, bro.
oh,
This is-
you still
but-
do, but
yeah,
when you
but-
show up,
yeah,
then you get to
yeah,
determine whether you're
yeah.
actually in the case or not.
But my thing is though, why I posted it to our group is like the favor, because realistically, 73% of America is comprised of what?
White males.
Caucasians. Okay? Whether it be males or females. All right? 13% are of what?
I don't know.
Black Americans, whether white or I'm sorry, whether male or female, we comprise the second most. My issue is you can put that out there, but let's just say like, oh fuck yeah, he's this or he's that. This goes back to what we was talking about last week as far as the underlying issues, the underlying kind of what's going on within individuals. A lot of people can play the part.
Yeah, that's why we
So
talking about they're going back in their social medias and all that stuff, trying to find anything. It's like that's
do
why
you
I say
think that's gonna be fair?
that people that they go back and do
So
that.
you want somebody?
No,
If you're on,
Not just gonna be fair, but do you think that's gonna do the job to kind of make it fair?
I mean, it goes deeper than just them going through your social media. They ask questions like it's
they're
deeper.
gonna talk to you.
They're gonna talk. It's not just I'm gonna go through your social media and determine whether or not you've said anything that might make you not fit for this case.
Yeah.
They're gonna try and find a certain. Honestly, they're gonna try and mold the jury to however they want the jury to be, right?
But this
And that's
is
on both sides.
also the prosecution.
It's both sides trying to do the same thing,
So who exactly?
and that's why it's gonna take for SY juries and high profile cases
It's gonna be
take
lot.
a long time.
Hold on. When did this happen? This happened the George Floyd case.
Because
May 25th.
So think about how long it's taken to select a jury from then till now. That's a lot to consider. And we're all hinging this on the fact that the defense of George Floyd has come out with a fair shake at the jury as compared to the prosecution. But we've always known the prosecution to have an upper hand. That's why I'm saying it's been a year since this happened. But do we really believe that the defense has a fair shake and an equal standing?
Well,
do we believe that?
if you want to be real, and obviously this isn't factual, right? On paper, this is how it is, right? Because you're always quote unquote innocent until proven guilty. It's the prosecution's proof to determine whether or not that you're.
Come
No.
on, bro.
I know.
Come
But you
on,
gotta
dog.
listen to me. I listen to you. You gotta listen to
No,
me.
bro.
You gotta
Come
listen.
on,
I listen to
bro.
you. You listen to me. That's
As
how
a
that works.
black man, you
I
know.
know, but that's why
We
I
not
said
living
that
that
you
way.
didn't even hear my disclaimer. I said on paper.
Come on,
Let
bro.
him-
See, not even
Let-
listening,
let
man.
him give
He's
me-
not even
yeah.
listening. I'm not
You're
even going because
living
you
that
not.
shit right
Yeah.
now.
You didn't even hear what. Did you
Hey,
literally listen to me at all?
No, bro. Go
You-
ahead.
Did you listen
Go
to what I
ahead.
said?
Right.
I
You
said
got
on
it,
paper.
Trev.
Before I said what I said on paper. I said I know this isn't factual. I said on paper.
I'm
That's
not,
exactly
I'm not
what I just said.
Trev,
No, you-
Trev,
I'm not
hold
going
on
on no more.
Trev, I'm not disclaiming nothing you're saying.
You
I
good.
agree. No, Trev.
good.
Trev, hear
You
me
good.
out.
It's all good because you didn't hear me out. So
No, Trev.
it's all
hear-
good.
Trev,
It's all good.
I want to hear you out, bro.
It's all
I'm
good.
not disclaiming nothing you're saying. I agree with you 100%, bro.
Yo,
I truly agree with you. I know where you're going. I agree with you. I'm a black man in this country, and I agree with you.
Dev, you
I don't.
Dev, you missing the point. The point
No.
was not for real. Like,
No.
yeah,
I want
so-
to hear what he got to say because I'm not disagreeing with him. I'm just saying the optics, bro, is so fucked up that even the truth that you're about to speak right now is so fucked up that it won't be heard. I hear you. I agree.
and he was trying to say the same thing, but you kept cutting him out. Ooh,
Hold on.
yeah. So like, So like,
No, bro.
I'm trying to say.
The whole point was I was saying I'm not disagreeing with him.
And no, he said okay, and then he tried to make his point.
No,
Trev, can you please talk? I wanna hear what you got to say, bro.
Whatever, bro.
Please
Like,
do.
y'all got that shit. You
Please
gonna
do.
abuse me on some dumb
Please do.
shit. But
Please
I'm
do.
agreeing with my nigga.
I know we got that.
It's
I
all
got
good.
you.
Nah,
All you said the defense is at the down hand, right? They have the cards are all in the hand of the prosecution. That's what you said, right?
It's not even about the problem.
No, but that's I'm just saying that's what you said. That was the phrase you said, right?
That was my linchpin.
But no, I'm just saying that's what you said though.
It was just a point.
All right. So what I'm saying is, on paper, like I said before, on paper, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, which means it's the prosecution's job to convince the jury that you're
Of course.
guilty, right?
Of course.
Obviously, there's always going to be a predisposition whether you're a black man or not. So that's going to already sway,
No one disagrees.
right? But it's definitely it's all going to come down to one, who's on the jury, and two, the approach in which the defense takes, right? And also the defense the prosecution takes and how they counteract and how they object, right? It's law is definitely a mind game. It's all about it's a game of chess, because any juries can go either way. They can say you're guilty, they can say innocent. The same jury could say two different things with two different lawyers, right? So it's gonna be. I hope they televise it. I hope it's like the Casey Anthony case where everything was like televised and like everybody was sitting. I remember watching the Casey Anthony case, and when everybody was like, when the jury came back out to after deliberation, I was standing up with my mom, just like, what the fuck? And then they started saying not guilty, and my mom almost punched my TV, punched the TV screen. I think almost everybody, was furious.
Yeah.
Shit was fucked up.
When they came out and said that, oh, she was innocent, and then she's gonna start crying and boo-hooing. But I really do hope they do televise it, because that means we'll get a in look, and it'll kind of make it more transparent, so everybody will have a perspective on what happened in the courtroom instead of just seeing some little sketch.
I believe that. So
I hope the defense attorney is
I was a black man.
I hope he a former prosecutor too.
yeah.
That would help.
Hell yeah.
So
That would help. But I want to be a public defense attorney. I've already told y'all this. I'm trying to change the game.
hey, I hire
Yeah,
you.
man.
They don't hire me yet, man. I
You
can't.
gotta take the bar exam for that.
Nah.
Yeah. You start,
I
I
mean-
mean, you had to be in order to be a lawyer, you had to take the bar exam.
Oh.
I'm not ghost on power, bro. I don't need you to do too much, man. We can start off small, like some traffic tickets or something, bro. Come on.
Well, if it's a camera, I can get you off.
Yeah, get me off that super speeder, bro. That's all I care about.
It's super easy.
We not covering
All right,
murders,
so
man.
here's the trick. Here's the trick. Little BNY trick for y'all. If you get a speeding ticket from a camera, you have the right to see your offender in court, right?
And your defender's not going to show. 'cause
And
the
you
defender
can't
talk to an
you
advisor.
can't pull up a camera. A camera
So-
can't testify in court. So they pretty much have to, on constitutional basis, they have to waive the ticket.
So
I'm pretty sure they about to change that.
I'm old. How can you share the live? There should be like a button, like a 3-dot button. You should be able to click.
So
You old as shit.
so
My nigga right there. Too.
a big thing about talking about that, not only because it's George Floyd and all the things we've been through over the past year and Black Lives Matter and equality and everything. This shit just happened again.
Yeah.
Not to a black man, but it happened again. And as far as policing, and that's a whole nother thing we probably want to get down there. But it was a Navy veteran who had mental health issues, which we do mental health for Sundays, and there's people that go through lots of things. And the police was called by, I believe, his sister,
Mhm.
and they come there and essentially the same thing, knee to the neck.
5 minutes.
I don't want to die. Ends up, he passed away. So,
That shit crazy.
yeah, it happened again. And even then, when we had this conversation last year, we did talk about, inequality as far as how black people are viewed by law enforcement. But we also said law enforcement's training and their tactics are dangerous to everybody.
Mhm.
And this is a perfect, scenario. And the victim is a minority. I forget what, but he doesn't look like, the 73%. So yeah. But Who wants to go first on this?
I guess I'll go. It definitely, the police keep stabbing themselves in the foot. They keep shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over again, and it really makes me wonder, what is it that's gonna, what has to happen in order for change to actually happen? I mean, is it gonna be for all the old cops to die off and those new cops to take it, or is it gonna still be the same? Because I mean, it's people get taught. So when you first get in the police force, it actually reminds me of episode of The Fresh Prince where Family Matters, where Carl Winslow's son gets pulled over and arrested, all that, and Carl goes finds the cop, and one of the guys was like, I've only been on the force for a year, and he was like, I want to the good guys versus the bad guys, and he was like, well, your partner is the bad guy, and stuff like that kind of goes to show. I mean, that happened back in the 90s. That was a show in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Fresh Prince had episode 2 like that.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
It was when
they were in jail or something like that.
They
Yeah,
were driving the dude's car.
It was a nice car. And even they ended the episode of Carlton like not getting it still.
Yeah.
So like that hit different. Like,
I don't know. Carlton's had a real moment too, though. But we're gonna gloss over that.
That's a quick hit. I'm gonna interject it later.
Yeah, but so it's like, what is it gonna take for these police officers to realize that they can't knee on somebody's neck for 5 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Or to use this kind of force on somebody who's already, especially if you have a relative telling you they're having mental health issues. So you know what I'm saying?
This trial will help.
Exactly. So it's like, what's the thing that's gonna be like, the thing that's gonna be like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the red line that needs to be crossed? Like, apparently there is none, because I mean, they've been killing people for decades, since their existence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's tough, man. It's tough. And I'm sorry for the guy. I hope he gets justice. I hope anybody that has to deal with police brutality in any form, whether it's something simple as just driving while black and getting pulled over and just dealing with that experience, not necessarily getting thrown in jail or anything like that, but like things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's very true. That's very true.
So one of my commenters says a lot of, I can't see that from here.
Carlton's.
I look over here. There's a lot of Cartons still out here. They just don't know it because they think they think supporting Black Lives Matter is taking the stance. So
that's true.
There's a lot of
bigger than that.
A lot of pick-me's out there, man. Yeah. They think that they like Candace Owens.
Dev, how you feel about it?
On what?
This whole subject.
Bro, I told you I'm done. Like I'm not even here with y'all with this shit right now, bro. Like this whole ignorant shit, bro. Like it's just, I'm kind of at my limit as far as accepting the betrayal. Oh, it was under the circumstances. Like I haven't watched.
Is there a video? Do you know if there's a video of it?
I heard there is, but I haven't.
Are you talking about the 13-year-old?
Of the Navy?
Right?
No, the Navy guy.
See, and I'm sorry because
it just keeps happening. You just forget.
I exactly, because I threw another topic out there with a 13-year-old black kid that was kind of being choked out, and he didn't die, but there was outrage. And so we talk about a young 13-year-old black kid. We talk about a Navy veteran. We talk about George Floyd. And to me, it's just like, I'm over the shit, bro. To me, and it may not necessarily be the right stance, but in all these instances, from what I've seen so far, except for the Navy veterans, because there's nothing that's came out from that, there's been bystanders. So when you talk about like if you take the still footage, the still frame, the picture of the 13-year-old kid that was being choked out by the Las Vegas, I believe it's Las Vegas. I could be wrong. I don't know. But if him being choked out on the ground, right? So you take George Floyd being kind of with the knee on the neck. There were people around.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, at what point do we as citizens kick that nigga in the fucking face? George Floyd's killer, whoever, Chauvin. There were there was 3 videos. All right, and that's just 3 people individually. At what point? There was one dude. It kind of seemed like he was about that action, but he kind of backed off.
Yeah.
At what point, as citizens, if we're recording this and we're watching this, and I mean military, I mean citizens, National Guard, whomever, if you're sitting there watching this type of shit happen, when do you pick up your boot, put it across that nigga face? And I'm not saying you're gonna come out of it unscathed. I'm not saying that. But the thing about the American Revolution was that first person had to have known something may happen to him, but it may lead to something bigger than them. I'm not gonna watch Derek Chauvin sit with his knee on George Floyd's neck while he's screaming he's afraid of dying. And I'm not going to sit there, bro. This fucks me up and it bothers me. I'm not going to sit there with the fucking phone recording it. Fuck is the phone going to do compared to a human life? Nothing. Because we've seen the justice system. If you're really paying attention as a black person, the justice system isn't designed in our favor. So if you're leaning on a video to record someone and expecting that to bring justice, we've seen it fail. At that point, if it costs me my life, I got 5 kids, bro, that I'm here for. But if it means that my nigga right here, if he got a neck on his neck and he's screaming for his life, bro, this 9.5 boot going across whoever is on his neck, because you're going to see action to power. Power doesn't come from just speaking, and that's what Malcolm X was talking about.
And I think we're very close to those scenarios happening. That's why I was saying, like, this George Floyd case, that's going to either accelerate it or hold it at bay for a little bit longer. So
ain't shit gonna happen because he already locked up.
I mean,
but when he was there on that nigga neck for 8 minutes,
yeah,
at some point, someone should have took a foot to that nigga's face.
Yeah.
With the 13-year-old boy that I shared with y'all, that was a 5-minute clip. At some point, someone, because when they started talking about him can't breathe, the police officer in that case kind of released his grip and brought him up and put him in handcuffs. Bitch, it's not going to get to that point. I'm saying we as citizens, we have rights and we can execute them. It doesn't, we're not under the tyranny of police custody.
Right.
They're just meant to be a what? They're overseers at this point. What they're meant to be.
That's a whole.
And see, that's a weird key word to use though.
Exactly,
Think about it.
yeah.
Overseers on a plantation, overseers on the streets.
Overseers doesn't mean absolute authority though.
No, I get what you're saying, but the same language is being used as far as like slavery.
Reach out, bro. We're not in the same instance where they can kill us and not and suffer repercussions.
Yeah.
Man, I'm saying, bro, like. We got to do something, bro. I can't sit back and watch any of you all something like that happen to. Bro, it will fuck me up mentally.
Yeah.
If it costs me my life, if I kicked a police officer in the head and he whipped out the pistol and shot me as a result of it, bro, I would die knowing that I did something great for you all. Because it meant something. If it means that y'all are gonna live, cool.
So
because something got to be done.
What do you think about this last comment though? Because I said it's a counterpoint to what I just said
the
about
release ain't happening because Thank you. BLM, look, I love it to death. But BLM is just like the NAACP at this point. It's a figurehead. It's something that people can kind of latch on to.
I'm saying I'm not.
It's the grassroots folks, though. It's the everyday folks.
Yeah.
None of us necessarily kind of attribute ourselves to BLM, right?
Nah.
But if we go out today or tomorrow,
We'll be labeled as that if we're out marching or something.
yo, we will be.
Yeah.
But no, we won't. We won't
Yeah.
be. Because we're going out there doing what we believe we should be doing.
I mean, the media is, like you said, televised. They're going to televise it as.
Black Lives Matter protest.
Yeah.
If I go out there kicking
they get a
nigga,
random shot of me walking down the street, and they
it'll be a prop. Yeah.
it's gonna say
yeah.
Black Lives Matter activists on there. They
That's
ain't
the
gonna say
problem.
nothing to me. They're not gonna approach me. It'll just be a picture of me or a group of us walking down the street.
Yep.
So what do we got to do to change that shit?
Honestly, what you just said.
Start executing cops on the street.
I ain't saying.
I'm not saying
that. So you want to be? Wait,
I'm mad.
You want to
I'm
be a lawyer and you want to run for office? I'm gonna tell y'all to calm down. Yeah, what do you think?
Hey, you should want people like us in office because
Something
we're gonna
gotta
be the
be
ones that
done,
gonna push
bro.
the
I
change.
mean,
They'll kill
I'm
your
with Dev,
campaign.
bro. Something got to change, dog. I mean, George Floyd, bro. It's already bad enough. Like, you got a knee on your neck for 8 minutes, but that 8 minutes, his last 8 minutes had to go to watching people record him die.
That's some bullshit.
As he screams for help.
That's a problem to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
That's a
fucked
problem.
up, bro.
Like, think about that shit. Would you ever watch any of us, anybody? I'm asking y'all three in this question.
I'm gonna look at you like you stupid. Like I'm with the smoke.
I know. Come on, bro. And I don't have to know anyone. But if I'm in a situation where I'm witnessing this shit happen, bro, I'm not going to sit back. My first thought isn't going to be to pull out my phone, bro. My first thought, if I'm watching it, like from me to you, Manny, my first thought
Whole
is like,
checklist.
how much can I get away with?
Nah.
That's gonna be my first thought. If I kick this nigga right now and maybe swing on a nigga behind, can I get away with that? Maybe in the public perception, I might be able to come off with that charge. But why is it that pulling out your phone, bro, is the first option?
So I would run it like a checklist, like we do at work. I see this happening. I'm gonna give my phone that's recording to someone less able who can't, who ain't got the power of the foot. And like we still gonna record it, but people gonna be intervening as well.
Because, and you also got to think about it this way, because like is my mentality, right? Like, for instance, like during like you had like a presentation, like a presenter at school or something like that. And, like, does anybody have any questions? And everybody just sitting around all quiet, like, and everybody just looking at each other. It's not until that one, what about, how did that? And then all of a sudden everybody has a fucking question. So if you were to do that, right, if that one person were to try and step in, now all of a sudden everybody else is going to have going ass and be like, all right, we need to back this guy up because it's all about Matt mentality. So it just takes that one person.
But who
to
is he
spark a
considered,
change.
though? What's the terminology?
What, the individual?
A martyr. He may, I'm not saying he should, that person may have to die. He may have to be injured.
And that's the thing. I don't think our generation, I mean, this room might be, but it's a lot of our generation that's
Selfish.
not like, the Nat Turners and, back in the day, they not willing to die for this shit. And
There was
proving
people
it.
back then that wasn't willing to die for this shit.
True.
Well,
It was a very
more than it
select
is
few.
now,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, it is. But like Muddy said, we got to send our children to the police academy with the definite, with the intentions like our enemies do. That's what the police academy teaches them to exploit, how to exploit.
Compliance.
Yeah. So and like I mean, but
I
mean, not saying it like I interpret it as my parents had to raise me to teach me the intentions of police officers when they do pull you over and stuff like that, like how things happen. Because I got a crash course quick, and I live in a black county. I grew up in a black county in Georgia, and I still, because that's policing.
Yeah.
I've been wrongfully arrested by a black police officer. Like actually,
okay, I can see.
what's that? What was it? I think that night, 4 cop cars were there. They were all black. They were all black. They thought they had the right ones, and I'm like, yo, call my pops. Like, you know, I have a story. But they was
I have
trying
a
to,
alibi.
yeah, then they try to give us, you know, but, you know, we're young, we're teenagers. We don't we don't know, like,
You're right.
lawyer, this stuff. I didn't really know my rights then, you know? But I just knew how to comply. But it doesn't matter. It's policing. In this specific category, it's not like, yes, there's a group of police that do, you know, there's a group
That's
that's
bad.
bad that do look down on us as a race. But then there's another group that looks down on, you know, just people's economic status, and, you know, groups of people. Like, it's so many different buckets in that. And then their race, you know, economic background, all that doesn't matter because they were trained to go out and do what they're doing.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm upset. I'm sad. I share your sentiment. You know, because of who I am, I gotta be chill with it. But because I might want to run for office one day, you know. So.
But you know, cops are definitely down bad right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know who else is down bad right now?
Who's that?
Meek Mill.
Hey.
That boy Meek Mill right now.
So we actually, you know, we hit these quick hits, but
Is he really down?
yeah. Is he really?
What was
Y'all
he
welcome.
supposed to do? Is he really down? Manny, you got it. Look, hold on.
Oh, nah, I'm good.
Is he really down?
I mean, I don't think he's down.
What was he supposed to do?
He might be down, but he's not out.
Well, what was he supposed to do when 6ix9ine ran up on him like that?
Why we ain't even there? We talking about
Well,
the
whole
Kobe
line.
tweet.
the Kobe line, but we gotta go from the beginning. But we gotta go from the beginning. So real
that's
quick,
what I'm saying.
you know, last
I
week,
was just transitioning.
yeah. So like last week, Meek Mill, his one of his lines were exposed, talking about, you know, a morbid line talking about going down and chopper like Kobe, right? And then he backed his lyrics when people came at him, and then turn around, he was like, I guess, I don't know if it was him waking up or his publicist was like, yo, bro, you about to get canceled, to where he reached out personally to Vanessa Bryant and apologized. But then after that, a tweet surfaced, and what was the tweet?
Oh,
About going savage or something
going
like that?
savage,
Yeah,
fuck
back
your
to
feelings.
being
Yeah,
savage.
back to being
So now, is my personal opinion that tweet was not directed at Vanessa Bryant and their conversation. I would hope so. I think Meek Mill's a way smarter man than that.
Oh, no.
But
I don't think he was.
I think the lyrics and the standing your ground was more of the Meek Mill being, you know, that man, and you can't change my mind, you know. And sometimes he's a rapper from Philly. You don't think he needs a little bit of sensitivity training?
Yeah.
But that's my thought.
Well, you got it, Trey. Right?
I think it's just a matter of coincidence. I think he didn't realize that she posted that on her story when she did, and then when he tweeted it, it just kind of like everybody was already thinking about the Kobe line, and then for her to post that and then him post pretty much fuck your feelings when she said it was kind of, you know, desensitized. They're not really sensitive to these kind of issues that she's going through. I think it just lined up, and he was just a matter of coincidence. I don't think he, like you said, I don't think he's dumb enough. I'm not gonna say he's smart because he's had his moments.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's dumb enough to tweet, you know, fuck your feelings at Vanessa Bryant after he's already getting called out for a lyric.
That
in one of his
line
songs.
was not for.
I don't think it was directed at her
I
at
think
any
it was
means.
more directed towards the people who were saying he was going to get canceled and he was fucked up and
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
So I don't even think Meek Mill that type of person.
Yeah,
I
I don't think so either. But if he was, hell yeah, he would have got canceled.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
They already
Well,
told him.
Yeah.
So is that an issue though?
But AJ,
What's up, AJ?
what's that issue?
Well, just think about how much controversy has been spit in hip hop as far as lines go, as far as being insensitive to the culture.
I mean, Pooh Shiesty had a verse with talking about Kobe too, about him dying, and nobody said anything about Pooh Shiesty.
So that's my whole point.
A lot of people don't know who Pooh Shiesty is.
They starting
Well,
to.
well, let's
Yeah.
think about
So
it.
it's
Not
gonna,
even
it's
that.
gonna come up in like 3 years
What-
when he blow up.
What about Eazy-E? Okay, what about the inception of rap? What about the beginning? What about, you know, Dre and all
dang,
those?
hold up,
Who?
dang.
What about, you know what I'm saying, like Ice Cube's?
They were
this?
going at each other.
But what I'm saying is there was an insensitivity there to what was going on overall,
Yeah, but
and it was acceptable So
It's acceptable because they're talking about what they're gonna do. It was very fictional.
but this is cancel culture we're talking about.
Yep.
You think Meek Mill is gonna go out there and really run around with his chopper with Kobe and him and his daughter? No, bro.
It's
I think cancel culture is kind of taking over, man.
I mean, duh, we know this.
I think he was wrong. I don't think he meant it the way that everyone percepted it. But I think people are just, they hear a line and cancel culture is just taking over, bro. It's ridiculous.
So I saw a tweet the other day. I actually deleted all my social media the other day, so I'm not on social media right now. Just trying something out. But I saw a tweet, and it was pretty much about my generation, how we were all raised on Family Guy and like South Park. Some of the most like, desensitized, like nobody like gives no fucks about anybody any kind of way. We'll talk shit about everybody, but yet we're the most sensitive generation that any last thing we say, you know what I'm saying, we're hurting somebody's feelings. I don't like it. I'm not one of those people, you know what I'm saying. I'll still laugh at jokes. I don't care because for me, it's a joke. And if you speak up and you're like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with that being said, cool. I won't make those kind of jokes anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to sit here and think about every last thing I'm going to say and whether it's going to affect you and your feelings or not. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the right to be offended by every mean. But that doesn't mean you can control how I speak.
The difference between cancel culture with me versus everyone else, if I do want to cancel somebody, I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm not going to tweet about it. I ain't going to do that. We can just be riding in the car and that song comes on. I'm just going to hit next track. And like, I just don't like the song, bro. And keep moving. But then you got people who, but like you said, cancel culture is a real thing. But I don't want to get roped into that with what my earlier comment was, because that's how I would handle it. But like, there's gonna be people that be like, he said what? Didn't even hear the damn song, and then just go in at it with the thumbs and whatnot.
After that point.
So,
Okay, so speaking of cancel culture, though, when was the last time cancel culture actually successfully canceled somebody, though?
I mean, they.
You're right.
When did it ever actually affect somebody's pockets? I mean, it'll affect the pockets but I'm talking about in the long run.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, hold on. What's the actor name? The leader of the feminist movement, the young lady.
The actor.
Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's old girlfriend,
Amber Heard,
fiance, wife.
but she just lost her job too. She got kicked out of Aquaman.
But what did they do to him?
Oh yeah, they threw him through the ringer.
And
but that's
was
also because
it's
already like Hollywood, and Hollywood's already as sensitive as it is.
Exactly, bro. So let's not say that cancel culture doesn't affect people, because he was nixed from all of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Granted, there's been 4 that he was in, and it was on the talk, but still, he was nixed from any further projects because of what she came out and said, only for it to come out that she was the fucked up one and she was dogging him.
And still nothing's done.
Who's Isaiah Washington?
He was the guy in
he must have got canceled for real. I don't know who he is.
He an actor, but I think he's in.
Must not have been a really good one.
There's a couple good movies. He's in a couple good movies.
I'm saying cancel culture is still prevalent.
I think he's
today.
in Valley too.
It's prevalent, bro. If you come out right now, if someone comes out right now, as far as what's your favorite show? Snowfall.
Yes, sir.
The main character from Snowfall.
Yep.
If someone comes out right now and say he did some wild shit, bro, I guarantee you right now, from the 4th season of that show to the 5th,
it'd be a new Franklin.
It'd be at least at a minimum a 2-year fucking span while they figuring out and recasting him.
Or they just kill him off.
Can't do that. Show's too good.
I mean, you can kill characters off. Look at Game of Thrones. They kill everybody left and right.
Look how it ended.
Cancel
Trash.
it's trash.
I mean, yeah, Game of
But
Thrones ended trash.
cancel culture is extremely real, bro. Yeah. And we need to get away from it, because there's so many mitigating factors involved that at the onset of a story, we like, oh, we're outraged. But then eventually it comes out like, oh, wait a minute.
We got too many bigger problems to, what is it? Dude got fired from Greg's Anatomy.
That's
why I don't know who he is.
Black dude, the black dude. He was probably the
that's
best
him?
character. The best.
the one that be dancing all the damn time.
He wasn't dancing on Grey's Anatomy. He was very strict, very straight to the point. But he was like one of the dudes. Like, yo, if there was a linchpin in a show, you knew he was going to be that kind of stoic individual. And then him.
Yeah.
It was like you knew
Like Romeo Must Die and all that shit. He's still on P Valley though. I mean, he's still making money.
Same guy played.
He went to Howard.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
So it's cancel culture is real.
It's real. But,
It's very real.
I mean, you can rebound from that. You just got to come back quietly.
Yeah, I think Meek Mill just under a lot of backlash for like, you know, his stuff. His organization he got with Jay-Z, and as far as like, you know.
So his verse wasn't that deep. It wasn't that bad.
It was 2 bars.
Yeah,
it wasn't that bad. Though.
I think they just throwing that cancel word around because of like what he doing for the black community. Because Lil Wayne didn't get canceled.
He said a lot.
Speaking of music, Daft Punk broke up.
I don't. First of all, I don't even want to talk about this because this is just too troubling at this point, man. Bro. This shit is tough.
You know, Daft Punk is one of those groups that transcends like ethnic groups. Like, you know, there's certain people like, you know, they associate like hip hop with black folks, you know what I'm saying, country music with white people, things like that. Daft Punk was just one of those things where everybody, no matter where you go, everybody fucked with them. Yeah. You can go anywhere in the world, everybody knew Daft Punk. Yep. Everybody loved it. Almost like they're probably one of the only people I feel like they really don't have any misses. Like, almost none of their songs, they have no misses. And then like, you know, Interstellar 555, they have the music video, like the whole movie to go along with it, like that little animated blue people and stuff like that.
Right.
Like it was just everything was so good when they came out with Random Access Memories with Pharrell. Like that blew up. Just like everything they did was just gold.
It was dope.
They've changed electronic music for the better. You know, they credit Giorgio Moroder as their influencer to get them. They actually have a track on Random Access Memories. It's probably one of my favorite pieces because at the end he pretty much talks about the reason why he got into like music and how he got good at making music was he just threw away all ideas of what music was, and he said whatever just sounds good to him, he just let it happen. And he had like this orchestral set. Every time I hear it, I get chills because it's just so beautiful to hear. But it's just a whole bunch of different instruments all going at the same time and making this beautiful harmony but if you really listen to each piece, I was in orchestra since 4th grade, so I have this ability where I can break apart music and I can listen to every instrument individually they can isolate. So I like isolate every instrument, and if you listen to each instrument isolated, it doesn't sound like it should go together, and it doesn't follow the characteristics of what classical music should be, but it just harmonizes so well. But Daft Punk was able to do that time and time again on every single song, and to do it with not only, you know what I'm saying, they didn't do it for themselves, you know, they did it for the people because they were the whole entire time they did it anonymously, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were making money, they were taking the money, but like they just knew them for the helmets. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was split. Do I like the guy with the visor helmet or do I like the full I prefer the full face mask. That was my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Replica.
I'm thinking about it. It's probably like $1,000 now.
You want to be Daft Punk for Halloween and go out?
That'd be actually a great idea. But there's probably gonna be a lot of Daft Punks now.
We gotta do it better than everybody else.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure we have that LED screen and everything. Yeah. But it's definitely it's a sad time. I mean, they've been making music before I was born. And even still, like, you know, I still listen to Daft Punk. I have Daft Punk in my, like, almost all their albums in my phone. I'd be jamming out to them all the time. Just be
definitely part of me getting cultured, honestly, because you know you're a young man. I haven't. Young boy Shaw.
Hey, I have an old soul.
Yeah.
I might be 23, but I'm really 60.
My man.
He is sharp. He's very sharp.
He is.
I feel like
I must be Air Force. I am in the Air Force. But that's not the reason I'm sharp. The reason I'm sharp is I wasn't allowed to watch TV till I was 13.
Shout out to my nigga Muddy, man.
But
gotta do it.
I feel like Outkast broke up all over again.
Man,
it's tough.
And y'all know how I feel.
Yeah, from the A, baby.
Yeah, so
yeah, that must have been That must have been big. That must have been big for you.
So, but I ain't got much past that. Y'all pass it around. Anybody got some Daft Punk stuff to say?
You got it.
I mean, I the only experience I got with them is like I just told Trev. I almost bought a replica helmet, the visor helmet. It had a digital screen and everything, but it wasn't in the budget.
You're definitely in the budget now.
Yeah.
You about to go buy one now?
I might, but it's probably higher now.
Yeah, I mean,
but I appreciate their music. I didn't listen to all of their music, but I did listen to Tron Legacy, and I did listen to Human After All. Listened to a little bit of Discovery, but after that, I mean, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. But they did have songs on each of those albums I just named that I just absolutely loved, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know. I didn't really read up on why they split, but it was just sad to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just been such a phenomenon, bro. Like they changed, like Trev said, they changed the electronic music duo scene like completely. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody has ever done it better.
Yeah.
So.
The only person I'd say would be kind of close would be Deadmau5. That would be the only person I'd say is kind of close in that realm.
And
but even still,
I knew about him in the hood.
That's why I said. That's why I said duo.
Yeah.
Like his
A duo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, for instance, like they in other ways they changed the game was the whole helmet thing. Like nobody was doing helmets. Now if you look at like all these electronic guys like Marshmello, Deadmau5, like all these people, they wear helmets. They wear these like, you know what I'm saying, like
they made it popular to be elusive.
Yeah, like these LED like don't associate a face with the music, just enjoy the fucking music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I really wish one of the things I wish I could have gone to one of like their concerts because that shit probably would have been insane, especially back in the '90s when like Technologic came out and all that. Oh man,
maybe they'll do a reunion down.
Yeah, all right, okay.
They're gonna be too old for that.
Like Outkast, we still holding on for that.
They did do a reunion though.
Yeah,
well, I'm saying
facts, B.
Well,
let's go to these final words. I promise
damn,
I keep
I didn't
y'all.
get to speak.
My bad. I thought you did. I'm sorry. We go ahead.
I didn't. Hey, look. All I'm saying is like I really love Daft Punk, man. Quick story. I was in Italy. We was on our way to Oktoberfest in Germany. And we was riding with one of our NCOs.
Sounds like trouble.
I was a young airman.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in the Air Force for
trouble.
probably about a year or two.
Oh, that's definitely trouble.
And we was riding with one of my NCOs, and he was passed out drunk. And me and the homeboy decided we was gonna blast One More Time for the whole ride up until he realized what the fuck was going on. So we blasted One More Time for probably about 2.5, 3 hours straight.
That's like 20 more times.
Yeah, for real.
Until he woke up out of his stupor. He was like, what the fuck? Why are we listening to this shit? I guess he realized like it had been going on for quite some time though. But it was one of those songs, bro, like One More Time, like from Daft Punk. It was just one of those songs.
He said they was headed to Oktoberfest. I would give him that.
But look, it was just like One More Time, man, was just one of those songs where like you could always listen to it, no matter where you were, no matter what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
And then Stronger, Better, Faster, that Kanye sample. Like once he put that shit on the map, I know everyone went to Daft Punk's fucking playlist and played that song in particular and was like, where Kanye get this from? And that song blew up. And then, they just had like endless tracks. Like if you really listen to their catalog, they had a lot of really good songs. Then, of course, my favorite artist nowadays outside of Kid Cudi is The Weeknd. He had them on I Feel It Coming and Starboy. Like that's 20 years worth of transcendence. You know what I'm saying? Like they were able to kind of bridge the gap between early hip hop for us versus now hip hop and pop.
Yeah.
Like they were consistent. That's tremendous as far as two artists as far as their music goes and their impact. And I think at one point on the Starboy album, The Weeknd had them on tour with them. And so on Starboy and I Feel It Coming and a couple other tracks, he had them on stage with him. Like, The Weeknd is tremendous right now.
You have it the other way around. The Weeknd was on stage with Daft Punk.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta flip. You gotta flip, buddy. You gotta flip it there. Because I bet you their net worth is probably 4 times his.
Oh, way more. So, yo.
There was probably people at those shows that Weeknd would never be able to pull. They came from Daft Punk. Yeah.
Like, who's that on
Who that nigga on that nag? Who that nigga on that nag?
Yeah, definitely.
That was his
So,
show.
let's not fucking undervalue and undermine those cats, man. They were huge. And not just electronica, but just in fucking music in general. I'm going to close it out with this. There was a quote that I seen back in the day, probably about the 40s and 50s. The Temptations would go and see early punk rock and hardcore rock. Like David Ruffin and the rest of those guys would go and watch them perform. And those same individuals in early punk rock, hardcore rock, and we're talking about like, I don't know these guys' names, but I seen the quote. He said he will witness David Ruffin in the kind of witnessing them play. In these grungy, very backstage, he watched this. And he would go and watch the Temptations perform. Music transcends all is my whole point. You don't have to be you don't have to be relegated to just hip hop or electronic or just R&B or pop or rock or hardcore.
I'm not listening to country though. I'm sorry.
Even you say that, even then people think they listen to like hip hop. That the beat, the instrumental, once it gets chopped up and sampled, you don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
Like,
so you just have to appreciate music for what it is.
That kind of reminds me of the movie. You guys might have heard of it, Mr. Holland's Opus.
yeah.
Of course.
You know how he kind of was like
Trev, are you aging right before our very eyes?
So listen, I told you I'm old soul. But y'all remember that scene? He was trying to get the class involved.
You know about Kazam though, so you lost cool points, but you back now. You're back now.
But like you know, like he was like trying to get the class involved, and he was like, "Well, you guys know this," and he started playing some modern shit. And he was like, "Well, did you know it actually came from some Beethoven?" He started playing Beethoven, and then he would transition it into the new piece, and everybody was like, "What?
Wait a minute."
That's all music. Everybody gets samples. You know, Otis Redding. You know, Jay-Z sampled Otis Redding. You know, Kanye sampled Daft Punk. You know, it goes all over the place. I still won't listen to country though, but that's my take.
That's fair.
You know, I just can't. I can't.
The country is country.
What about that Nelly song?
Oh, the jump with the
over and over.
Oh shit! With what's that nigga name? With Kobe Maguire or
Toby Maguire?
Kobe Keith? Kobe Keith?
I don't think that's
Toby Keith.
Kobe Keith? I don't know the nigga.
Toby
name.
Keith.
I don't think he was Toby. First off, his name is Toby Keith, and I don't think
Keith.
And I don't think he was
said
Toby
Kobe.
Keith.
No, you said Kobe.
You said you like Kobe.
Do
Keith?
you want to play this back? You said Kobe.
Did you not say
said
Kobe?
I did not.
Toby Maguire.
I said Toby Maguire because that's another guy, and Toby Keith.
You didn't say Toby Keith.
I did.
Run it
You
back.
said Kobe.
Run it back.
When we get out of here, we run it back.
Speaking of getting on here,
Yeah. Final words. Dev.
I'm done. No,
That was it?
Don't hit me first. Come on, bro.
All right, Trev.
I couldn't find any Black History facts actually.
For today?
For today, there's not anything that's happened in Black History on
This day.
on the 26th of February. There's no Black History, so we're gonna have to create some one day.
Niggas must have been resting.
It
Yeah,
is.
we got
It was the second to last day of
Take
Black
it.
History. I was like, all right, we need to take a breath.
Right.
But it's definitely been good. You know, it's good to see y'all again. I'm gonna see y'all again. Oh, I won't be able to see y'all again next week because I'll be recovering from my eyes getting burned.
Need some help with
that's
that.
all for the better, though.
We can bring you whatever you need to the crib.
Yeah, you know, if y'all want to stop by and check on me, I won't be able to see for 5 days. So,
You
you know what I'm
got
saying? You know what I'm saying? It's
Alright.
good seeing y'all.
Nell, since Dev don't want to go.
I'm just saying, bro. I just got done talking. Like, damn.
I mean, you love talking though, so why you want to stop now?
First of all, nigga, don't be disrespectful.
Why you son him, B? Why you son him?
Giving them motherfucking T.I. hands.
Yeah,
They
man,
can't do that anymore.
We can't. That's true.
Ooh. T.I. has locking trailers up. But nah. I love y'all, man. It was good to be here. I won't be here next week. I got some shit to do, but yeah, bro. I feel like this was a nice show, other than a little bit of people acting sensitive. But what?
This.
Why you point to yourself?
No, nigga, go ahead. You got it.
He said, I do declare.
I do.
I do declare.
But yeah, man. Shout out to Muddy. He been holding it down in them comments, man.
Appreciate you.
And he wanted to be on the show, BT Dubs. Like,
anytime you want,
he want to call in though, cause he out of state. He want to call. I told him whenever we get the call in feature going on.
Yeah, they ever pay for you to get here.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, man. Big money, Dev.
That's cool. Thanks, guys. Speak that on my life.
You're
I need
welcome.
that. I need that positivity.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Money management. Remember, money management.
I posted that.
Yeah, I remember. I saw it because I can relate to it.
There you go. Yeah, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Thanks for everybody who watched, and y'all continue to be safe, and yeah, that's it.
He said pull up.
Then pull up.
Nigga,
Then
you can pull up and stay with me.
Listen,
Fuck you talking
the
about?
last person that said they would pull up actually pulled up. So actually pull up.
He got a whole week to pull up. On Dead Dollar for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, you told me.
I said it. I said it. I got you, my nigga. I got you.
It might be a bus, but he gonna get you.
We gonna get you here. We gonna find you somewhere to stay.
You
But
can
we
put you
got
on a Greyhound.
Nigga, Muddy, you know we got you, baby. You know I got you. We been there. Whenever you talking about coming through, come through. We gonna love you.
I got a couch you can crash on.
So you got some words?
Yo, I'm good. I'm blessed. I appreciate y'all, man. Yo, this week has been a good week for me. Yo, I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. Fuck y'all talk about being insensitive or sensitive, but I'm passionate about what we talking about, baby.
We gonna have playback.
Y'all gonna
You put if the shoe fit, wear it. Ain't nobody said.
I'll wear that shit all motherfucking day.
Sounds
I don't
like
give
a
fuck
9.5.
about that. Hey, look, I ain't ashamed of that. I stand up for mine.
Peace,
but
buddy.
regardless of all that, bro, look, I appreciate y'all as always. I'm going to say it all day, every day. I appreciate y'all. I love it. This is therapy. I'm glad to be back in the studio.
Yeah.
Let's keep it rolling, baby.
Last words, Manny.
Yeah. Shout out to Ricky for believing in me to do this.
Of course.
Hopefully we didn't let you down when you touch down on your destination. Don't come from my head. Please don't.
All he's going to talk about is the audio.
Nah, he gonna have some other stuff to
the
say.
Audio,
I've been watching.
The audio, man.
Nah,
Goddamn.
I'm when you sit here, Ricky's like, it transforms you. Like you think like Ricky's sitting here, and it's kind of like I'm trying to feel his shoes temporarily, So
See, but you gotta be on person, man. You gotta
be on person, but
be on show.
People going outside.
But I'm at war with being who I am and being what Ricky needs.
Oh,
for
the
this.
ignorant
Food. Yeah,
the gold couch.
He gonna be like, y'all done did food. People answering phones. Kiana on the show, and she know better. Like, I'm sorry, Ricky. Don't fire me. It was them. But nah, I appreciate y'all coming out. Helping me out, carrying me, making this happen. Like, and I'm usually quicker than this. It was a lot of good content.
It was fun.
And like it was on the whim because I didn't even know I was doing it until Wednesday. I can't come off the cuff like Ricky. Right. So, but
good thing he can't fire us because the words of a one member or past member, we are BNY.
Wait a minute.
All right. So on that note,
it's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you don't need me.
Yeah. So, as Ricky would say,
bang, bang, bang. Shots fired.